Good evening, nerds around the world, and welcome to Lawful Stupid RPG's first Friday night community one-shot. We do apologize for the delay. Tonight, I am joined by 5 incredibly talented members of the Lawful Stupid RPG community. For those at home who have not had the pleasure of meeting these fine people, I present to you the very quick-witted artificial intelligence that is Mika, the fiery and often dangerous Faye, the always delightful and mother of 2 terrifying baby griffins, the anime panda. One of the finest role players that I've had the pleasure of knowing, my good friend Tiss. And finally, friend, lover, and dungeon master in that order, Michael Willoughby. Now, in the world of tabletop RPGs, there are short, standalone games called one-shots. Every Friday until May, Lawful Stupid RPG will be hosting one-shots featuring members of our community on Friday evenings here on our Twitch. I have the pleasure of bringing the pilot episode, so instead of taking it easy, I have a one-shot here designed for level 20 characters. So, we are, without further ado, let's see how this works, and let's get into it. Hey, how's your magic items coming along?
I don't want to talk about it. I know enough that I'm like, all right, I know that this is a magic item I can use, and this is a magic item I can use, but I'm just kind of, I hope that they don't add up to the money that they were supposed to be. My camera.
We'll figure it out.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Fine. 25 spells.
Hey, your character feels her feet touch softly down on the polished oak floor of a room very unfamiliar to you. As you look about, you see that the walls are lined with shelves that hold a number of books, as well as an array of timekeeping devices like hourglasses, sundials, and ticking clocks. As your eyes adjust to the dim light in the room, you see 4 other figures forming in front of you. You look closer and notice that it looks like the figures are being formed by sand that is falling, swirling, and blowing in a strong wind. As it becomes solid in front of you, you see many unfamiliar faces, but one stands out to you, that of your granddaughter, Willow. When they're fully formed by whatever strange magic this is, you see each of them, one by one, setting 2 feet down on the floor and becoming awake. As you all awaken in this room, you take stock of where you were, but more importantly, where you're not. That is, each of you realize that you were ripped through time and space just moments before your very own death. And now you find yourself in a room that is marred by the signs of fighting. Shelves are cloven in 2 by great slashes and blackened by a great fire. Torn pages litter the floor and shattered glass twinkles among the piles of sand that were once hourglasses. Slumped forms of humanoids wearing blood-stained robes lie against walls and are sprawled across the floor. And you become awake.
You'll never take me alive.
Willow, darling, what are you doing here?
Nana?
Come here, I haven't seen
Nana.
you. Darling, hello.
Where did the dragon go? Has anyone seen a dragon?
A dragon? What are you talking about?
You hear a booming voice, almost as if it doesn't start or finish, but it just is and then is not inside your head, inside the room. Boom voice saying, "There will be no dragons here," and then it fades away. And even though you didn't hear where it comes from, you know the direction of the person who said it. You look down to the end of this long hallway in between smashed and broken bookcases, and you see an incredibly tall, very well-muscled humanoid with lustrous, bright skin, and he's sitting on the floor within a ring of glowing arcane sigils. He is clutching a deep wound in his side, and torn white wings hang limply from his back.
Nana, what are you doing here?
I honestly don't know. I was sitting at home and I started to feel my heart give away, and here I am. I don't,
Oh, well, that sounds nicer than mine.
What are you doing here? What were you doing before all of this happened?
I
What is
just-
your face? Let me...
It's just like
Oh my
Stop
God, Nana. Oh my God. You hear the voice start and finish again. Now, would each of you just do me a favor and just introduce what your character's name and what you are, so the people at home can get a decent visual and we know. Visha, would you be so kind to start?
Visha is a gnome. She is a tiny little 3 foot tall, white haired gnome. She's carrying this staff that's taller than her, and is dressed in what looks to be quite burnt and singed clothing. And she looks to be fairly young, but has a sort of almost battle-hardened, weary look to her face.
What class are you?
I am a druid.
Excellent. Panda, you're playing Willow. Can you tell me about Willow?
So Willow is a slender, medium-height human who has long, dark black hair, a long, dark black dress with streaks of purple on it, and has almost strapped to her like a mask of sorts, kind of like what my face looks like right now, but not my face. And is got a big smile on her face, even though she is covered in what you'd think is her own blood.
Oh.
That's
And what is Willow? What class?
Willow is a bard.
Excellent. Bina, the lovely grandmother
yes.
to Willow. Tell me about yourself.
So Bina is this probably around like a even 5 foot human old woman, probably in her like mid to late 70s. Gray hair, pulled up in a bun, but it's all kind of about, and she's got like lots of she has like a head wrap on also, like the bun's coming out the back.
Okay.
And she has a little bump here, but she has this little like nothing. And
Bubka.
Yes. Yes, she is. Just imagine an old Jewish woman.
Okay. We got
that's her.
And what is Bina, the group Bubka? What is she?
She's a fighter monk.
She's
Combination.
Okay.
Kick-ass Nana, I like it.
Oh, Nana's
Tell me about your character, Wrecked.
Yeah, so I'm playing a human named Rect, and he's about 6 feet tall, holding a longbow in one hand, and staring confusedly at a half-eaten muffin in the other hand. And he's just kind of looking at it suspiciously now, hearing that these people have died or something.
Did you eat a poison muffin, Wrecked?
Well, last he knew, he had just partaken in an archery tournament, because he's quite the archer himself.
Okay.
But he decided to judge one of the baking competitions they were holding at the same tournament, and I guess someone made a muffin that wasn't so good.
I give you guys all the flexibility to make whatever characters you make, and we do this. You do this to me today. Tell me about Virgil, Michael.
Okay, Virgil is a 5'10" half orc with a kind of pukish green skin. He's currently clad in jet black armor that is made out of plate metal, but it's aesthetically designed so that it resembles that of dragon scales. He has an axe with a large humanoid skull that is in the center of it, and the blades look to be appeared to be like sharpened bone or like alloy, a mixture of it. He has a large crimson red cape that like flows off the back of his armor, and he looks horribly, horribly bored.
You hear the voice at the far end of what appears to be this bookshelf after bookshelf torn about. You see the creature, this angelic being, open its mouth to speak, but again, it doesn't echo off the walls as much as it just appears almost about you and within you, and then goes away. And you hear him say, "I brought you here, and we don't have much, pardon the pun, time."
Why are you doing that? I was having fun.
Who are you? What is this place?
I'm Zale.
And that seems to mean something?
I don't believe that it would to you. In fact, I don't know of many mortals that know that we exist. I used chronomancy. This is a highly forbidden magic, and I you could see he shook. He's holding this, gash inside. I know I ripped you just from the moments before your death, but I desperately need help from heroes like you. Even having mortals know about it is extremely dangerous, which is why I took you specifically from the time so that if you were to return, it wouldn't be known later.
Wait. So if we return, we die?
I'm afraid so.
Nah,
There are many
that's about
poisonous
right.
there are many poisonous muffins in the world, and I'm afraid that all of you have eaten the proverbial muffin.
Do you hear that, Nana? He thinks I was gonna die.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I don't know what you were talking about. I was sitting in my throne room. What was I gonna die from?
I
Well,
mean, mine is probably pretty accurate. I'm getting up there in age.
Who are you people?
Who are you?
I'm Virgil, Chief of Clan Gravetongue. Who are you?
I dig it.
I'm Willow. I run the city.
What city? He like looks over your shoulder because you just pointed.
You do see a window behind her, and it looks like you are high, elevated in the clouds amongst many mountains.
My city.
I'm
This
wrecked.
your city?
I don't know where I am. But I'm in charge of my city.
Okay, very good. You said you're wrecked.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I still want this muffin.
You could always try to finish it. A muffin uneaten is a horrible crime.
Do you want it?
No, I'm a vegan.
Willow's gonna go up and sniff it. I think.
Smells like a cranberry orange. Kind of nice.
Ooh.
Soft, good moisture to it. I couldn't understand why Rec wanted this thing, but you do hear the Andrew one more time repeat. He goes, "Please, just."
Oh,
I
you're
know-
still here. Sorry.
I know this is often. You see him kind of wince at the words, and you know he's bleeding out. His wings, dropping feathers left and right. He says, "You are here at this mountaintop shrine to Agma, who's the god of time. A few hours ago, we were attacked by a former friend." You see the words just kind of, almost he has trouble getting them out. A solar like me named Timpani.
Mhm.
What are you exactly? What's going on with this whole situation on your back?
You see just kind of, like wings spread and then collapse back down. You would know, he goes, even though they're torn and almost, they're still bleeding in places, and you see bone exposed, and kind of winces as they collapse back in. He says, I'm a solar. We're angels of the material plane and that which is created, and we stave off the incursions from the far realms.
Nana, he's saying he's a bird.
Oh, all right. I mean, there's
Listen,
something.
I think that you more intelligibles might figure this out. This is a little over my head. I don't even... Angels and clouds and cities. This is fairy tale stuff.
This is no fairy tale. This is the end of time.
End of time?
I mean, you said we were all going to die anyway.
You mean
so
like
it's
when you
only
go
that.
to sleep at the end of the day?
Like all time? Everywhere?
He says, "Look, when she arrived, she showed up with a flaming sword and many servants to her, and they demanded that we give her everything that we know here about chronomancy, and she demanded that we assist her, and we refused. I refused, and I let them." You see him just kind of you see him mouth the words, "Let them die," and he can't even get them out. And you see that he kind of looks amongst the people of this broken wreckage around him. He says, I'm afraid she took everything. Her plans will cause huge damage to the world, or render it unrecognizable. Timelines change, paradoxes erased. She took what she wanted.
But if we're gonna die, isn't a little change in timeline not the worst thing that could be happening?
The fear is that it could halt all of it.
Would it kill my people?
Would kill everyone. I mean, frozen for...
Would it kill you?
Oh, I'm already on my way out, but certainly would.
Because
In fact, I'm not even supposed to tell any creatures about when they find out that I brought you here, even if we survive, I'll be destroyed.
are you gonna be all right there? Can one of you do anything about this?
Oh yeah, I can actually
Magics or whatever.
probably heal him,
I mean, it doesn't look that bad, to be honest.
You see, he kind of picks up his hand. You see just like
Yeah.
a lung expanding.
Oh.
Tiliana, my 13th wife, she did that to me one night after prom.
He says, I saw that. It was unpleasant.
Wait, you've been married 13 times?
And
I'd like-
after
No,
prom?
I have 13 wives.
Who's setting you up with these people? This is not a good idea.
I'd like to
We
reach
need
out
to
my
help
hand.
this man, or else we all go to sleep at the end of time.
Visha.
I mean, we were all about to die anyway. Does it really matter?
Be healed. And I'd like
I
to
wasn't
healing
about to
word.
die.
Visha, what spell do you want to use
I
for
would like to
healing?
attempt to cast healing word, just as a
Yeah, I can tell you right now that it almost you see it. You can feel the energy of your spell wash out from you, and just collected by this clown and the stone that this mountaintop temple is made of, and you feel it push forward to him. And as it tries to take purchase on that gaping wound, and almost is like it's repelled backwards and just falls dead to the ground. He says, That's probably not going to do it. She's one of the greatest.
Wait. Why doesn't my spell work?
She's powerful.
That's never happened before. I swear.
Performance issues, it happens.
Hey,
Nana,
Listen.
can you
Not
make
to
that
me.
bread I like? I've really missed it.
Oh, sure, darling. And
He says,
I'll
please.
pull some out of my bag and be like, here you go. I have some.
Oh my
right
God. Oh my God.
What do we need to do? Where are we going? Give us direction, please.
I just need you to defeat her. My
Okay.
old friend.
Lead on.
If you fail, everything that everyone worked for throughout your lives will be for naught. So dead or not, great. No more bread, no more muffins. But if you agree to help,
You haven't said anything that I care about, so.
he says,
do you not have loved ones?
I have 13 of them, yes.
Well,
If
your
we
13 wives will all disappear if we don't help solve this issue.
Oh, thank God.
Succeed. We're just gonna die anyways.
you see
Okay,
him. You
actually,
see him begin
Virgil, you might end up with more wives if we don't do this.
Okay, we need to save this person right now.
The little one actually made a pretty good point.
You call
Oh my
it little.
Oh my God.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Wait, why did you pick us? All.
Yeah, why us, huh? I could understand me, but these lot don't seem too impressive.
It's because he knows I'm the best.
You see
Yes,
him.
it
You see him wave his hand. He's missing. His pinky and his ring finger. But even with the as it's been cleaved, you see exposed blood and muscle. Angel just waves his hand and a book comes flying out, and he just drops it in front of you. As you look over into it, it's almost like your life is flashing before your eyes itself, and you see these moments of your greatness. And he says,
yes.
and he says, it's alphabetical in our language. You were close enough, and it was the first one I could reach.
Can I pick the book up? I'm gonna pick the book up. Can I pick it up? So when I look through this, it's like moments of me being great.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just. That's a good one. I'm just gonna walk off, like just looking at it, pacing around.
He says, but I have something to give you as well. Yeah,
I'm still there. I'm just like walking around with the book in my hand, like, oh, it's a good
He
moment.
waves his hand. He waves his hand again, and you see that there are floating off the shelves 3 large hourglasses, about almost half a human torso size, about yay big, and he says, "This is and you guys all have this in your roll 20. It is a wondrous hourglass. This is a wondrous item." And it is legendary. This wooden hourglass appears to be filled with golden sand that never runs out. When it is smashed, time seems to stop for all creatures within a 20-foot radius. This time stop lasts for 1 hour, allowing creatures to gain the benefits of a short rest. So basically, it smashes, time stops, you're given an hour to rest up and evaluate yourselves. And it's attuned, and he says, and with a hand wave, he says,
And then there's 3 of them?
You have 3 of them. Yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna pull so many pants
So
down.
many years ago.
He says, is there anything that you want to know before?
Yes. So
Thank you.
could you remind me again? Who are we fighting? What's her name? Where is she? What is she? What can she do? Is she
Okay.
a dragon? I'm good at dragons.
Okay, that covers a lot of stuff. That's good.
Talk fast before you bleed out.
Yep, okay.
Wow.
He says,
Wow.
Dying.
She makes a good boy.
Her name is Timpani. She's one of the... We rank the angels. She's one of the 24 most powerful angels in all of creation. And she was a leader that would go far into the far realms and destroy the things out there as they plotted against the material. He says, I believe that she's retreated to a temple devoted to studying the realms, and it's based deep within the Underdark. There's a teleportation circle set up. I can send you there.
Where is it?
Anything particular we need to know for fighting her? Like, I don't know. That's...
How many wives does she have?
And do I have to kill her straight away, or can I have fun first?
Just however you do it.
What?
Knowing that, and he looks about to these humanoids.
What have you been giving up to? I'm concerned.
And she's
really proud.
And she's underground.
Are you
Says,
still single?
deep
We need to
within-
find you a man.
deep within the Underdark. Yes. He says, look, she is incredibly fast. She seems to, with the blink of an eye, teleport from one location to another. It's what makes her so wonderful. And her sword.
Underground. I'm not good at underground.
He says, I don't envy you, but please, if there's any hope at all. And he begins to raise his hand, and he says, best of luck. And he begins to wave his hand and chant an incantation. And again, you look down, and just your body is
I have
sleeping.
so many more questions.
He says, and you see him just like flop over, clearly dead. As you feel your body kind of turning into sand and just washed away, and you just see it fade away until nothingness. The bright lights of the shrine fade away as you feel the strange rushing sensation of this teleportation magic. The pressure disappears, and you feel the rush of cool air on your skin as you merge into reality once more. As you pull away from your fellow adventurers and take stock of your surroundings, you see that you're on the shore of a great subterranean lake. The inky blackness of the cavern is broken only by a phosphorescent purple glow that shimmers across the surface of the water. On the far side of the lake, the cavern walls close in, and right at the point where they meet is what appears to be a temple, barely visible in the wavering light.
All right, so first things first, we're gonna fight someone. We need to know each other's capabilities. Rector, what can you do?
I can shoot things pretty well with this bow.
You shoot things with the bow,
Yeah,
and you're gonna go fight an angel.
yeah, I can shoot an angel.
All right,
with the
good
bow.
to
I can
know.
shoot a demon with a bow. Dragon.
What is it?
with a bow.
Venison. What's your name? I'm sorry, bad with names.
Visha?
Yes, that one. Vishar. Very, very fancy and proper.
I am sure I can do far more than shoot things with a bow. I've been defending my homeland against dragons for probably longer than you've been around.
Okay.
I can do all sorts of things. And she momentarily and very briefly turns into a tiger and then back into a gnome.
Good to know. It's a good party trick, it really is. And you, little murder machine. Willow, is it? Willow?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you mentioned something about enjoying killing.
Yeah, I make people do things that they wouldn't normally do. That usually ends in their deaths.
Huh.
That's my girl. I'm so
Casual.
proud of you.
Very casual. And you, Grandma.
Well,
How old are you?
I've lost track many years ago. I don't know. I'm somewhere.
Really old. Okay, good. Good to know.
Rather, you don't live for as long as I have without having a few tricks up your sleeve. So
Matchmaker, make me a match.
Is there...
Play me a fun.
All right, so so everyone here can fight. That's the
What
only...
What can you
What
do?
do you do?
Don't worry about it. I'm
I'll
gonna
just
walk
do
off.
that. I grab him. I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna stop it.
Oh! What? What is it?
Don't walk away. That was rude. First.
No, we're running out of time. I thought.
He can marry people.
You need to tell us what you can do. You didn't tell us what you can do.
I'm gonna take out my axe. I hit things with this, and then I sheath it.
Alright.
That's even more useless than shooting things with arrows. This is a
You want to see how hard I can hit?
Fly.
You want to see how hard I can hit?
It's funny because he has no talent.
I'm very talented. I write the poetry in the books. Take out this little leather journal.
To say they're talented, they're not very talented.
She said I wasn't talented. Defending your talent doesn't mean you are talentless. It means you have pride, woman. I thought you were old. You're supposed to be wise in these matters. I'm gonna open my little book of poetry.
Nana,
and
why are we even idiots?
I'm gonna start walking towards our destination, and I'm going to go, roses are black. My shoes are blue. Here's my battle axe, so fuck you. Close it, and then wrap it up in its little strings, and then tuck it away in like the little, there's a little compartment for it in my armor. And I go, we have an angel to kill. Let's get going.
Go ahead.
So I'm just going to wait till he's walked off a little bit and go, right. So I'll propose that we send him in on the front lines so he dies first, and we stand back and watch how he dies and learn from it.
I'm right here.
Well, you should be, because then you'll get hit first.
You feel yourself, just kind of the natural drift of how this cavern is built up. You realize that you're actually kind of being pulled along a path, and you could see that down this path continues to lead down to the shore of this underground lake. You see that there's a dock, like a jetty, by the waterside, and at the far end of that jetty, you see a large bell and a rowboat that is tied up to its moorings.
All right, you little one, go for it. Check it out.
Me?
No, the littler one. Wait. Who's the littlest of them all?
Visha.
I'm a gnome. He's like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, well, not the littlest one then. Then the second from third biggest little. Willow.
Yeah?
Go check that out.
No.
Okay.
I don't answer to you. You're less than me.
Well, you just responded, so you just contradicted yourself.
I don't like him, Nana. Can I kill him?
Well, not yet,
Fine.
darling. We will wait till later. Don't worry.
As littlest one, I can check this out. You there.
First littlest one, yes, you.
Cover me.
Okay.
Shoot if anything comes. Not you, the useful fighter.
The
Yes.
muffin boy. Muffin
Okay.
boy, you cover her when she goes on.
Yes,
Muffin
Muffin.
Man.
Okay.
There's a jetty and then there's a boat at the end.
Yes, so you're walking along the subterranean cave. There's this purpley phosphorescent glow that ripples above the water. As you approach, you do realize that there's these large boulders that make up this jetty as a sort of dock. And at the far end of that, there's a bell, and there is a rowboat. So, do you want to go down towards that jetty?
Yes.
Okay. As you approach down this, it's almost like the deep blacky sand have just been tread many times, and you get down. Now that you're within distance of this boat, you do see that there's a bloody hand that's just face down in this boat, and appears to be a. You just see kind of like the very tail end of a robe and a hood that you can see over the top of this boat.
I poke it with my stick.
All right, yeah. As you know what? In your many years, you've seen dead things. This is one of them.
Okay. I just beckon the others over. Go.
What is she doing over there?
Come on. And then I'd like to just kind of push the dead body out the boat if I can.
It kind of like rolls over, and you see that its eyes are almost like white and like wide open and have like these purple bloodshot veins running through them, and then it into the water. Now, as the rest of you approach, you see a just slash of bright purple light rip through a stretch of air 300 feet away from y'all. And just moments later, as like you're approaching, I mean, just mere like heartbeats away, there's 5, maybe 4, from what you can tell, of these humanoid-shaped creatures just rip and fall down to the water, 500 feet ahead of you, and then almost begin to just kind of glide without. It doesn't seem like they're using any wings or anything, but they seem to just be floating along the water. Make a perception check.
All of us?
Sure.
I'm rolling in here. I can't find my dice.
Are we rolling roll 20 or roll dice?
Don't matter. But yeah, I think when we start doing
20
that,
not natural.
20 not natural. Everybody that gets above a 15, tell me.
Well, I mean, my perception
Mine's definitely
now
above
actually
15.
rolling the dice is 15, so...
17 on the dice.
All right. So all of you
22.
now in your many travels as a hero, only a few times you've come across mind flayers, and these are certainly of that ilk. Both the sound, the way that they move, almost sliding across the water as if, there was no urgency, but at the same time, they're moving with such a... May I give you a different reference here? Darth Vader, you never see him run, but he always gets where he needs to be on time. That's the way they're moving. That's the vibe you get off them, the mind flayer. Now, moments after that, you see that they're sweeping down from the ceiling, wings, just large wing shape that descend from the roof of the cavern and just attack with flame and ice and just rip into these things, and then just kind of these beings continue up to the top. Visha, yes, these are young brass dragons.
Fucking dragons. I mean, sorry.
I love dragons.
Language.
Yes, grandmother berate her for poor use of language.
Look,
She's fine.
All right then. Is swearing still in the hat then?
just in the boat.
In the boat,
And keep
okay.
an eye out for dragons and
I'm not the normal grandma. I'm a cool grandma.
like brain-sucking
Not
monsters.
worry.
You're a foxy grandma.
Oh, wow.
Do not hit on my nan, please.
Wife
not
number
hitting on her.
14.
Where I come from, foxes are cunning and strong.
This is all true. I am also very sexy.
You would like to enter the boat, go in the boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
I
like to
refresh my
boat.
wisdom score and I still say yes.
I'm
Can I
gonna
roll
kind of
to boat?
I'm gonna kind of stroll towards it, kind of prancing, and then just hop in like the very front and just sort of sit there like waiting.
Okay, got it. Everybody's in the boat?
Yes.
Yeah, there are no oars. What are you going to
I'll get
I will
out the
take
boat.
it.
Just
Bisha?
Does anyone have any rope?
Yeah, there is some rope tying it to the jetty.
Pass me the rope. I'll pull the boat.
all right, yeah.
And I would
Okay,
like.
well, you'd have to get out, like it's on tied to the
Yeah.
dock and docked. Okay,
I'd like
so
to
you
turn into a
undock.
giant octopus.
All right, okay. Okay, cool. So you just
What the fuck?
just flopping tentacles and bright, intelligent eyes flops out onto the jetty and begins to unwrap the rope.
Party trick is.
I am towing this boat across the lake unless anything's
anyone-
stopping me
Is everyone okay
as a
with
giant
this?
octopus.
I
Why wouldn't you be okay with it?
I am so proud of your role playing as an octopus right there. Like, it gives me just
Octopus
deep, heartfelt joy. I'm undoing a rope. Now I'm swimming with the rope. That was beautiful, and I love you for it. Okay.
Like octopus.
So you begin to you feel a tug of the boat, and you begin to skate across this this black lake. Visha, your druidic knowledge and your understanding of nature, there's no magic that's making this lake glow in purple, but there certainly is this. It's like a phosphorescent algae that glows, and it's kind of like this living glow. It's beautiful. In the cavern itself, it's quiet. It's pristine. It has a nice cold smell of granite and this and this water that seems to be replenished from somewhere. And in that moment, as soon as you start, kind of enjoying it and seeing the lights across the cavern, you see that about 150 feet in front of you, there is a what appears to be like it's 60 feet wide, give or take, a stone platform right in the middle of this 800-foot lake. So you're just short of halfway across. 100 feet in front of you, there's a beginning of a 60-foot concrete platform. As soon as you realize that, and you gotta take it in and go, once again, you hear, and three of these dragons begin to descend over you, and they land boom, 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 on this platform. And Barry just kind of like, one of them kind of like preens and licks at itself, and the other one kind of bites at it, and they seem to be very curious of what you are.
I would like to approach these dragons diplomatically.
Visha, you hear, even through the kind of gurgle of the water, you hear Virgil, Chief of Clan Grape Tongue, say, "I'd like to approach these dragons diplomatically."
I would like to wave my hand in a "no, don't do that" fashion. If anyone speaks.
What do you think she's trying to say with the tentacle wiggle?
Maybe
I
she's
think she
just
says
waving.
we should say hi.
Okay, let us wave to
Yeah,
the.
well, I'll just wave back, I think.
Yeah. So now, like, you see the dragon's very curious. It kind of like they pick up a wing and kind of nod at you, and they raise a front paw, and one of their clawed hands just kind of one of the waves.
I'm gonna beckon to them. I'll be like, "Come here, darling. Come here. Let me see you. Let me see."
Throw some of that bread at him.
The one on the far right, it does not make it. The one of the far right, Visha, you get hit in the head with a loaf of bread. The one on the far right, the one that waves, and the one lead just kind of like smacks his hand down. You see him and he reassumes his dragon posture.
I just dead on straight stare at that one. I'm just like, what's up?
You're 100 feet away.
I still do it.
No.
Are
Take
we
some
going?
action.
Are we going?
Well, Visha stopped and was like, "Hell no!"
I'm carrying on.
Okay, so as you drift closer, you hear one go, "What is your attention? What is your intention?" The other one echoes. You go. Shh. The lead one says, "What is your intentions?"
We're here to murder an angel.
At that, they say, "Do you have one in mind?"
I forgot.
No, just one in particular. Not one in particular. Just any one of them.
No, it was a very specific name.
No, it wasn't.
We're
What
going
What was
to
the
have,
name?
was.
What was the name?
I know the name. We
Mom.
have a meeting.
Okay, wait, the octopus is signing the name.
It's Tim Panny.
Oh.
What?
Something with an M. It's on the tip of my timpani. That's it. Yeah.
The one that had waved and said and kind of like helps you. It's like timpani, and the lead one goes. Shh.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
stop. And they say, "Do you not have faith in her attention? She finds us incredibly bright and talented, and we've been doing such a wonderful job." And you see, kind of Visha at this point is where you kind of get bumped by the floating body of a mind flayer, kind of like ripped almost halfway, but still connected by some tendon. Half it kind of flows by, and just some sort of underwater current keeps it moving away from you. And they say, "Yes, she's very proud of us. She says that we are some of the finest dragons."
That's nice. Is she your mother, sort of a thing, or what's that?
Yes, certainly. She's mother of many, and we
Well, then
trust
you're here to kill your mother, then.
No, we're not. He's wrong.
Maybe they
No, we-
gave us wrong
The
information.
guy, do you guys not remember? What are you
Virgil.
doing?
Virgil,
No.
remember, we're gonna have a diplomatic discussion.
And I'm being very honest and straightforward with these dragons. That's what you do in diplomacy.
But we only have one side of the story. Maybe we should have these dragons take us to their mother, and she can tell us why we should not kill her.
You arrive. You get 30 feet from within the platform, and you see the dragons. They back up a little bit and give you room to step up onto the concrete platform.
Very polite of you.
You say,
I like your work.
But yeah, we're here to kill Timpani.
What? For what for? You say, she is the greatest, and what she's doing is wonderful.
This gnome right here.
Wait. Do they actually believe that, or is it like a
Roll
weird
insight.
wash thing, or okay.
Roll insight.
Well, yeah, this gnome here said that I'll get more wise if I don't kill your mother. So I'm sorry. This just has to happen.
16.
Okay. They fully believe what they're saying, that she's wonderful, and in fact, they must believe that they are the best dragons.
I think you guys probably are the best dragons. Granted, I haven't actually met that many alive, but I want to meet your mom.
Says, we were given specific instructions to not let any through, and once again, Visha, you just get like bumped by another like half of a mind flare, and it sees that, and we've been given instructions to not.
I know, but we're meant to meet your mom.
Kill her, yes. Brutally, I'd imagine.
We have to meet her.
Look at me, Virgil.
What do you do? Stop snapping at me, woman.
Look at me. Eye contact right here.
No.
Dragons, get out of my way.
I'm just gonna distract him while Willow talks. I'm just gonna be like,
other dragon I have met.
You see them say, "You've met none like us. I'm Balana. This is my brother Beneri, and this is Bellanino." And you see him just kind of like, he's picking at something. When he mentions his name, he picks right back up. And she says, "And we're going to destroy you now." And they take up into the wind, and we roll initiative. Let's go.
Bellanino, you seem like a sweet boy.
Look, I do not like dragons.
Bina, everyone's being stupid.
Hell yeah.
That is a 19 in total.
Okay. Is everybody rolling on?
Mine's a 26.
Roll 20?
I can roll
Yeah,
one for
I
you.
can roll.
You know what? I'm going to keep track of it right up here. Bina's got a 26.
That's
Give me Willow.
19.
Willow's got a 19. Willow's got a 19. Visha, what do you got?
Did it not roll?
I'm just going to talk to you. I'm not going to look at that.
Oh, okay. I got
22 for...
I got 7 the first one. Then I accidentally
who
pressed
has
it.
the hourglasses? Did
16.
Did anyone say specifically who took them?
I think
And
he
then,
gave us 3.
19.
19.
If no one
Yeah,
specifically
mine-
took them, I at least took one.
Yeah, there was 3 of them, I think.
So I'm gonna go on record saying that. Right.
Visha, Willow, and Bina have the hourglasses.
Okay.
And then let's
I
see,
don't
what
mind
was the-
handing mine off to someone else.
Visha, you said that you were a 7.
Yes.
All right.
The first
Beautiful.
one I rolled was a 7.
Okay, that's the lowest. All right, so in order, and let's give the dragon boys a little action there. Okay, they roll a 10 plus a pretty low dex, giving me a 10. All right, so right in the middle of the order, we got Bina going first, followed up by Willow, the Wrecked, Virgil.
16.
Virgil got 19, so it's gonna go Bina, Willow, Wrecked, Virgil, the 3 dragons, and then our dragon hunter Visha. Little slow in her old get back to it, but you know what? You saw her like she was ready. All right, so they take to the sky.
It's traumatic.
They take to the sky and they fly, and you see that they're about 80 feet above you, and they're just beginning to swirl and move. And you're standing on this platform, and as they step off of it, you see that one of them kind of there's a platform that it was standing on, and as soon as that middle one hops off of it, the entire platform is beginning to rock and roil in the water. And as you guys kind of brace yourselves and get the as you brace yourself and kind of get it, you realize that this thing is almost like a floating dock, and whatever the lead dragon was standing on, you get the feeling like that might be what was giving it some solid. So you hear laughing up in the sky. All right, Bina, go see you.
Are they all up in the sky right now?
Yes, they're dragons.
That checks out. I think I took something that makes me yes. Are they all
Willow,
next to each other?
They're about 40 feet apart as they fly and they move, and they're circling almost like vultures. And you hear them kind of like laughing. You hear a sweet song, and then one goes, and the song stop.
Okay. What is the topography like here? Are there like walls and shit, or?
Yes. All right. You're in a underground cavern. The lake is 800 feet long. You're on a 60-foot kind of hexagonal rocking dock in the middle of the lake, and you've got some distance to you've got about 300 feet to the nearest wall of the cavern.
Okay. Well, all right.
Get your sea legs.
I know. I'm sorry. I picked a bow, but I didn't specify what kind of bow I took.
Okay. You took a short bow. It's 1d8.
Sure, that works. Great. Short bows are 1d6. Light crossbows.
Long bow. It's 1d8.
Great.
You took a long bow. 1d8.
Awesome. Great. I'm gonna run past the drag. So if the dragons are in front of us, how far in front of us are they? Like they're front and up, right?
They are 30 feet.
They are 40 feet apart.
If we're looking at just your X and Y, horizontally 30 feet in front, at their center of the swirl, 80 feet up.
Okay. I am going to use my entire movement to run past them to the other side.
Okay.
So
everybody make a dex save.
Great. Oh, amazing.
Dex save.
7.
20.
Yeah.
23.
14.
Okay. Got it. Wrecked mute by
25. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So, Visha, are you still in the water? Just so I know.
No, I believe I said I turned back into a gnome.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I
So,
think I turned back in the water.
Well, yes. Visha, just like as soon as like she takes off, you feel like the entire thing kind of like rock forward, and then everybody readjusts and slips back, and you go just ass first back into the water. Boom. You see, kind of like, you land on something kind of slushy and push a mind flayer away from you. All right, so Bino, go ahead, your turn.
Yeah, so I'll use my action to go and my movement to go and do that. I want to be on the complete opposite side of them. Everyone else is on the dock, and I'm opposite of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I will, as I'm running, just go and take a shot up.
I really want to applaud you on that Foley work. That was very good.
Oh, thank you.
Very good. Okay. Yep. All right. Roll your hit as your arrow goes flying through the air.
Okay. So.
Rex, take note.
I can make the sounds for you if you need. That is plus 11, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
One of the dragons. Great. So it's a D8, you say? And I lose 3 arrows because I have 3 attacks, so I'm just like
Rex, take notes.
So 5.
That's it.
5 plus 5 is, so that's 10 damage on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, that one's dead. Great. I'm gonna lose. I do it. So that one I shoot it at like the next one because that's an 18 plus 11, 29 to hit that one.
Hit. Yep.
That is 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage is the second one. You hear that one go, oh man.
You know what? If that one could have been Beaner or whatever the fuck his name was.
Oh my god.
What was his name?
It was Belanari and Belanaro or something like that.
Bellanino.
Bellanino? Could that would have been Bellanino specifically?
Honestly, Faye, with your account, there you go. Today I'm playing an older Yiddish woman.
But in everyday life, I'm just a normal Italian woman. And then I will I'll shoot the third one at the other one, and that's a 24 to hit, and that is 12 damage.
Okay, 12 damage. Right. Willow goes to you. You hear, as you hear each of them kind of screech in their own way, and you're able to resettle, and like everybody's kind of at an equilibrium on the dock. Willow, go ahead.
How far away are they from me?
80 feet.
foot.
80 feet up, and then kind of swirling above head.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast. Are they all? How close are they together as a group?
They are about the width of the platform, so about 60 feet across from if they're in a circle, the circumference is I do not know how to do pi on the fly. I meant to say diameter.
Would they all fit in a 30-foot cube?
Flying pie.
Would they be in a 30-foot cube? Sure.
All
No, they wouldn't, because they're around the 60 foot. You'd be able to get one with a 30 foot. They're keeping enough distance, 60 feet around.
That's why I asked you. I have a 30-foot cone thing. I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chuck some bardic inspiration at Rect the archer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm then going to. I'm going to use my wand. Can I use my wand of polymorph? I don't know how far polymorph will go. And
yes.
Essentially,
it's 120 feet.
I want to transform it into a bunny rabbit.
Okay.
And then it will fall and die as a bunny rabbit.
Yeah, but then it'll just pop back up. And whatever damage it takes over that, then it'll go onto its own. Just so you know how polymorph works. He won't.
Polymorph is 60 feet. Polymorph is 60 feet.
Then. Damn it!
Good idea, though, right?
Raining rabbits.
You know what?
So as you cast it, and you see it kind of like just out of as you say the words for your polymorph, you feel it, your magic run out, and then just kind of like a firework, and then just dud. And like the dragon kind of like veers a little higher and away from it. So that's casting as an action and bonus action. Do you want to move?
I'm gonna kind of, I'm just gonna sit on the boat. Like I'm just embarrassed.
You're up on the platform. So yeah, right on the edge.
Sit on the platform and just be embarrassed.
Good. Yep. Bina, your granddaughter starts pouting. Rect goes to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make my way to the center of the platform, hoping I'll be a little further away from falling into the water.
Okay. So as you make your way to the center, Willow and Bina on the far end both make a dex save.
Can't join
that was me.
That is a 27.
That's a 27. All right, you stay on. Bina, go ahead.
That's a 14.
Okay, yeah, you stay. You're able to kind of like readjust. All right, Rec, go ahead.
Yeah, so I sprint to the center of the platform, and then I take a little bit of time to line up my first shot, and then super quick. 4 shots.
4. Just had to one.
Yeah.
I actually think I can make a 4th one, but it might have to be an unarmed attack. I'm not sure.
But you didn't.
Well, let's put our dicks away. We're not showing off here.
So that's a 19, a 17, a 23, and a 20.
All 3 hit, or all 4 hit.
Okay. 9 plus 11 plus 15 plus 14.
And you're all aiming at 1.
Yeah,
49.
for sure.
Okay. Pick a number 1 through 3.
2.
Okay, and you said 49 total points of damage.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. So you see just this is casual for you. Just kind of as you see Bina loose, you just that's routine, and you loose 4 arrows one after another in rapid succession. Very impressive to watch as he reloads and just starts firing this thing off. No expression on his face, and you hear. And this one, just the one that you had hit, just you see it kind of like falter for a second and start ripping, and a couple of the arrows drop out, but you definitely found purchase. Virgil.
The dragons are in the air.
Yes, 80 feet up.
Cross my arms and stare at them.
Okay.
Nice. Nice. You stare so hard.
You stare at him. Are you gonna move at all? Okay. Yep. Just waiting for playtime. All right. So with that, as you see, everybody just kind of like moving and doing their casting and the firing of their arrows. They all begin to kind of disperse out, and it's dark but illuminated. So whoever has dark vision can see.
I have goggles that give me that.
Okay, so everybody can see out to 120 feet. If do the goggles allow you to see in plain sight, or like daytime?
Just 60 foot of dark vision.
Okay, so you would be able to see 120 feet because of the luminescence of the cavern. And you realize that they all split out. The one that Rex had hit kind of bails out and fades away to the side of the cavern, and it kind of takes pause, so it's 40 feet off the 60-foot platform. And the other two break out to the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock of this platform. And as they kind of dip down, so they go about 80 feet out to the 12 and to the, or 40 feet out to the 12 and the 6, turn around and begin zipping back in like this is Tom Cruise Top Gun, and they're just flying along the top of the water. As they move, they immediately, as they get to, let's see, that would be Willow, it would hit Virgil, and then Bina on the other one that has a 40-foot line. Okay, so yes, you're gonna have to make two, each of you, Rect, Bina, Willow, and Virgil, not Visha, because you just see this thing over your nose.
So what you're saying is this thing gets wrecked?
Make a Rect is about to get 2 deck saves, please.
2 deck saves.
Nat 1.
First one's a natural 20. So
I did 3 by accident, but a nat 1 and a 9.
So first one's a 25, the next one's a nat 1.
The first one was a natural 20, second one was a 7.
Okay, so everybody that failed will take 38. If you failed a second, you will take double 38, giving you I was a liberal arts major and not a math person. 76. You take 76 points of damage total. In the event that you made one and not the other, you would take your 57 points of damage, and then if you made both, you would make your.
Wait, I thought you said that it was
38.
Yep.
I thought you said you took 38 if you.
38. Do I do a subtraction there? Ready? 76 is a total if you got both of them, right?
Yep. 38 is half of that if you got only one of them.
Then you're 56 in between. Is that right? 56.
Why are you 56 in between?
Because you take half damage from the one you succeeded the save on.
Failed one.
Full, one half.
So I lose 56 HP.
Yes.
Okay, so if you saved one, missed one, you take.
Welcome to level 20, Willow.
It's fun, lads. I'm just gonna die straight up.
If you failed, then you would take half damage, but all of you got hit with 2. As you say,
I got.
If you succeeded, then you would take half damage.
Right, which would be 38 total.
Great. Okay, so then.
I don't know, Michael. I don't know what to tell you, bud.
Why is this difficult?
Math.
So each attack was 38 if you succeeded.
Right. No.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what you just said, right?
38 damage is one attack.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
You will take 38 damage twice.
Right. No, I saved one of them.
You save one, so you will take 56 or 50.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Yes, you are correct. 56 Willow.
It's 57.
This math break brought to you by damage dice. Right, that's damage dice. The dice make sure that you don't have to do math because you're going to be rolling 20s all day. That's right. That's damage dice.
It's 57.
Thank you.
Also
57. All right. So you do your you take your 57 points of damage, and they are with their movement. They are just nose to nose, almost like directly in line with where the platform is at, and it goes to Visha.
All right. So the dragons are over the platform?
They are over the platform. Basically, they are nose level with the platform and directly above you.
How near are they to everyone else at the moment?
They are 5 feet away from Willow and Virgil. The far one, and 40 feet away from Rect and Bina, and then the one on the far side you can't see.
Okay, I won't do that then. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, there goes my plan. But did I just kill these people? I've only just met them and they're already dead. Sorry, I had a plan and then I don't have a plan all of a sudden.
What a mood.
I'm sorry. Hang on.
And then
Actually, no. I would like to go to plan B, and I would like to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Very nice. All right. So just from your
From the water. I would like you just. And she kind of waves her hands up in the air. She goes down for a second and sort of paddles her way up. And
It's adorable.
I would choose 6 creatures, or up to 6 creatures. So that's one. Basically, all of the others, no dragons. No dragons.
Don't shoot dragons. Got it. Loud and clear.
I don't think I'm in a close enough radius because it's centered on a point, so it can be
30 foot. 30 foot radius.
It's a 30-foot radius, but it has a 60-foot range, so you can place it somewhere.
Yeah,
and
I'm basically I can try and place it if I can get all of them in. If not, then whoever's furthest.
All the 3 of us that took damage, can you make it that far? Or
If you're all on the platform.
Yes, they're all on the platform.
Great, awesome.
Got it.
How much do you heal?
I think that's, and I'm within. Yeah, the platform's 60-foot diameter, right? Or 60-foot. Yeah. So I'm
30-foot radius.
Yeah. Aim for the center of the platform. And then I choose the 6 creatures, and that is sorry, I'm just
3d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yeah. I'm
got
typing. I currently can't type. Typing is hard, okay?
Hashtag typing is hard.
You each get 20 points of health back.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
And I'm fed up of being in the water. I feel I'm going to drown. So I would like to use my bonus action to use Hidden Paths. And I would like to teleport myself back onto the platform.
Boom. Awesome.
Okay.
So what is the distance?
Pardon?
What is the distance you can travel?
I can travel 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, yeah. So do you want to be like right on the edge where Willow is, or do you want to head towards the center of the platform?
I want to be smack bang in the middle so I can't fall off this thing again.
Okay. Yeah, so you
and I will
teleport.
stare down the dragons.
Great. Yeah. So there is one, like, as you kind of as you cast your hidden path and you feel yourself passing through the blue stone that this dock is made out of, and you feel you kind of see like the inner workings of the gears as you pass through, and you realize there is like an anchor point that that could hold the dock, and then you just you just come to a rest, and you look up, and 30 feet away from you is a dragon just barreling towards you at just at your 12 o'clock right in front of you. All right. I love it. All right. Bina.
Okay, so you said there's a new dragon coming towards us, right?
Dragons went up, came out, and then came back in.
Oh, so it's the same dragon.
Same dragons.
Oh, great. Which one's closest to me?
The one that's directly in front of you at the 12.
Great, perfect. I look right at it and shoot it at its eyes.
Beautiful. Go, Grandma, go.
Grandma's like, oh, you have been very mean, and it's not nice of you to be doing this. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
That's 12 damage.
Okay.
So I shoot at the same one, the other eye.
Okay.
That one's more of like and I'm lining it in like a.
Beautiful.
That's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
With 9 damage.
Yep.
And then I'll do another attack at it, so why not? That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Great. 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. So once again, seeing Rek try to upstage you get really precise with your shots just to prove a point. And all 3 of your arrows that you unleash, you see one kind of like glaze off of its eye, and the next one ping kind of like scratch across his forehead and hey, take it easy. And kind of like blow out through like his orbital. Just kind of you see some bone break out from this one that you're hitting, and then the third one too kind of dodges out of the way and lands almost in its shoulder, and it eyes you directly as you know.
pull my bow back and I make eye contact with Rect and I go. Oh, and I spend a key point to do patient defense.
Okay. I don't know what that does. So when we get to it, bring it up.
Yep,
Willow.
that's fine.
I am going to. So they're now closer to me, right?
You've got one right on your ass. It just smoked you. Like literally, you're sitting like this on the edge of the dock, and then the thing came up and behind you, and then all of a sudden, just fire coming up over your shoulder.
I like that. I'm then gonna. I'm gonna cast Thunderwave on it, please. If I can do it so it doesn't get anyone else in it.
Okay, yeah, you can. No, it will get Virgil. You guys are both kind of standing within 10 feet.
It's a 15-foot cube and I can place it, so can I just place it
right behind you? Sure can.
On the dragon.
Yeah, so literally just like you get smoked and you turn around, this thing's coming here, and you're just gonna make a big boom to try to. I like that, sure.
Yeah. So
Get the con save.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Yeah. Con save.
And 18 plus 3, so it makes a save.
Grr.
What is your save? What is your spell save DC, so I know?
19.
Oh, 18. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
I am then going to sigh again and then chuck some bardic inspiration at Virgil. Chief man.
Virgil.
Yes. I am Chief Man.
Chief man.
Stop it.
I am the chief.
Just
Never.
try and hit for 2.
Can you say that one more time? The register was a little off.
Try and hit for 2.
Try and hit for 2. I don't know what you're saying.
Basically, she's trying to tell Virgil, like,
She's inspiring me.
Got it.
Make up for my terribleness.
What was the damage? They still take damage.
half damage.
They take half damage, not push. So what was the damage?
So it's 2d8 thunder.
Plus, I think is it plus your modifier? It might not be. That might be a lie.
No, I don't think so.
No, so that is 11. So
11, so half, 5. Okay. So all right. So yeah, a big thunderous clap, and you just being like, do better. And the you see it shake off and force itself through, and it's still advancing in the inches away from you, and it goes to Wrecked.
Yeah, so this dragon advancing towards them. I'm gonna take out a few more arrows. And I'm going to actually action surge this time, making eye contact with Bina. I'm gonna
You can choose to action surge after you.
No, I'm not. I'm choosing to do it now.
Why?
So making eye contact with you.
Oh, great. No, keep going. You go.
I'm
What a
taking
grandma.
out-
You don't have to do it right now.
I'm crouched on the ground and I take out 8 arrows and lay them in front of me. And then it's just gonna.
Bina does that. Bina goes, okay.
Okay, good. Send it.
So yeah.
The sassiest
Rapid
grandma.
fire.
Through the fire and the flames, 8 arrows. You're just kind of barreling, like you're taking the flames and laying these arrows out.
So yeah, the lowest roll was an 18.
Okay, all of them hit.
Oh man. No crits though, but
Rookie. Bina, what was your highest arrow hit with that
My
last
highest-
volley?
The highest one I got?
Yeah.
Or the highest damage I got?
The highest roll to hit your accuracy against the AC. What was your highest? Give or take.
I wasn't rolling super high. I think I was 23
Okay.
or 25.
Okay,
or something.
Wrecked. What was the highest of all those?
I'm capable of rolling a 31.
29.
But also, she's not an archer.
Okay,
so-
cool. Okay, so go ahead and give me that damage.
88.
Fuck's sake.
Oh,
God.
nice.
Level 20.
Yeah. Okay. So, making eye contact and very methodically laying out 8 arrows, he just, you see him just almost double his speed, and just start firing these things off. And almost absentmindedly like, yeah, what of it, while looking at Grandma. And this thing just comes like it has still got the momentum going forward, but you just see just ripping pieces of teeth and tongue and the roof of its mouth, and it's you find even the hole that Bina had let in, and just a piece of brain, and this thing comes crashing through. Rec, make a dex save, and Bina, make a dex save.
So I make those at advantage right now because I took the dodge action. That's what.
Yeah.
23.
Just so you know. 15, 16, 21.
Okay, so cool. Come your turn. This thing's just like, you see it just begin to lose consciousness and its eyes just falling apart, but it's still barreling towards you out of momentum. Virgil, please. Unless, Rec, do you want to move?
So is it barreling towards me?
Basically,
This is right now. Just like, okay.
It was coming from the 12 o'clock, and you were basically dead center. The issue is that it was coming forward, and if you shoot a bunch of arrows, it's not just going to stop at the edge of the platform, it's going to continue barreling forward with its momentum forward towards you. So that's why
I'll move to the right, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So it kind of skids by me.
Yep.
We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Virgil?
Is there a dragon near me?
There is a dragon, like you've heard the thunderclap, and you got, so fire, boom, and then boom, the big thunderclap goes up behind you, and you all of a sudden feel inspired because the young murderous Willow goes, I hope you hit him twice, and that feels deep in your soul a joy you haven't felt in quite some time.
Don't tell me what I feel, DM.
Maybe wife 4 or 5,
No.
I don't know. It comes from deep within, and then you turn and you see this dragon barreling towards you. Yes. Within 5 feet.
Within 5 feet, barreling towards me. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to take out my battle axe. I'm going to nod my head into it, and I'm going to say, with the forefathers of the Grave Tongue clan, I channel your fury once more within me. And
What an edgelord.
the red lines on my armor will begin to, like, almost like hot lava, like begin to like emanate. My eyes will kind of like have like a red glare to them, and the bone, the skull that makes up the head of my axe kind of like catches on fire, like out of the eye sockets. And I will throw my axe to the side. I'll click my heels together, and I'll activate my boots of haste. Yeah, I throw my axe out, and then you just see like a little pirouette of like a little heel click. And
bullshit. I can't.
I take off at 60 feet in 6 seconds after this dragon barreling after me, and I get 4 attacks.
Okay, so basically, currently in the initiative count, it's like on the edge. You're turning because you're just ahead of it. If you go 60 feet to the 6 o'clock of the platform, you'll be about 10 feet past the dragon. So do you want to like leap towards it, or just? I want
to essentially sprint past it. So it's like a blink of speed of me running past it, whipping around, like the cloak like flowing out, and then going ham on this dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
So all that takes is 5 feet because you were only like 10 feet away from the edge.
Sure.
So just took 2 quick steps, and you use your extra movement to give it some speed, some love. Oh yeah.
After every slash, I want to move to like a different position around the dragon using the remaining movement speed. So here we go. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So a 13, a 20, a 20, and a 15.
13, 20, both the 20s hit. Are they dirty or natural?
They're unnatural.
Okay, so the 2 20s hit. The 13, the 15 do not.
Dirty or natural? What is that?
I picked it up off Panda. I love that term. Dirty naturals.
Dirty 20.
So that's
dirty is like a non-natural 20.
So
all right, I dig it.
So that's going to be that's 49 points of damage slashing. And then I'm going to you're going to see like after that 4th one, you're going to see like the suit of armor begin to glow like excessively bright, and I'm going to activate my Action Surge. As this explosion of fire like emanates from around me, I essentially move twice as fast for these next 4 attacks.
Jesus. Okay. Bahamut Lake. How many now? What are we looking at?
2 natural 20s back to, or 2 crits back to back.
Holy shit.
3 crits out of 4.
Holy shit.
Okay, so the first one is...
Oh my god.
Okay, just look at this damage. Oh no. Oh god. Okay, so that's... Hold on, I gotta get my calculator.
Now we just have 2 ginormous dragon corpses
It's,
barreling. Great.
Michael, it's 89 points of damage, plus 49.
89...
Plus 49, 138.
Yeah, 138 damage happens. In 6 seconds.
All right, so now...
Well, you gotta divide it in half, because half of it was from Mag.
Okay, so...
Does it die?
Yes.
Can
Just
I do
let
this?
me flavor what
Okay, go ahead.
happened here, and you can tell me how you want to finish the movements.
Sure.
We are out of initiative. You hear the crying of a lone dragon, and then you see a purple strike across the sky, and the thing just kind of like zaps into a portal. The dragon that had bowed out to begin with, or had left initially. So the dragons come down. They fly out 40 feet. They come back in 40 feet. They unleash a flurry of fire at the entire platform. Through that, the heroes here just lay out arrows and just continually pick it off, killing the one in the lead and then dodging out of the way so it comes skidding to the middle of the platform. Willow cracks a loud thunderous strike and then just whispers a little bit of inspiration to Virgil. And in that moment, as he turns, maybe inspired, maybe just out of the bloodlust, you go and finish the second one there. So go ahead and give me how you want to flavor that.
Yeah, so after the 4 slashes, I'm assuming it'd be like turned to biting me, and every time it tried to go to bite me, I like moved insanely fast to the other flank. And then after the explosion of fire, when the action surge happens, the first slice will take off its front left arm. The second slice will take off its front right. It falls forward, face into the dirt, and then the third and fourth one are just combined together, decapitating it. And then I'll do like a flourish of the axe, and I'll plant it into the ground, and I'll just look back at the rest of the party going...
Well, it seems you have some use.
You didn't give enough hugs as a child. That is what I have learned from all of this.
I live for this shit!
The cold dampness of the cavern you become aware of it again, and this silence, you just hear like dripping water off in the distance, and you see the boat right behind you, and looks like you've got a clear shot to the front door of the temple.
Is there a wife number 14?
Willow, no, stop that.
There is no.
You can do so much better than that. I'm just like, put my arm over her shoulder. I'm like, no, stop it.
I just walk.
Okay?
Yes.
I walk over and put my hand on Virgil's shoulder and just
It's
hand
hot.
him. Yeah, it's really hot.
Oh.
God
And I
damn.
hand him a piece of paper that just has a 10 written on it that I had from when I was judging the baking competition. And I just like put it in your hands. You deserve this.
I'm okay, but I have taken a substantial amount of damage.
She's
So have I, but
just kind of like bleeding quite a lot, like...
Well, I suppose I should do something about that.
Also, Drew, just so that the second the dragon died, I did a little leap heel click and turned my boots off. And then just like at the end of it, like planting the axe, so that just kind of like leaned up on it and kicked my heels together.
Jolly.
wow. Wow, I have so many feelings about everything that could just do.
Quick. Gather round.
It's a story time now.
Mask your wounds.
Oh.
Around the campfire and
Sing our campfire song, our CAMP.
Have 25 points.
How many was that?
25.
Nice.
Nice.
Heck
What is
yeah.
the-
You'll have to deal with patching yourselves up the rest of the way.
If you don't
What did you
mind.
say, Drew?
Trying to remember what the line after the first little verse there is.
Oh, CMPFR, SONG song, and if you don't think that you can sing it,
That's
it.
you're wrong. Help it, you just sing along.
Okay. What are you all doing?
I have no
Stop this
idea.
madness!
I'm a little lost too.
I taught her when she was little.
Okay, that is fine. Are you alright, small
Yeah,
one?
hilarious ONG song.
After 3 minutes of effective Bina and Willow going back and forth as grandma and granddaughter only can, getting more joyous until they burst out laughing.
Does it count as the Song of Rest?
Surprisingly, it does.
You people and your singing.
Back in the boat.
You're the one out here with your little fancy kicks and jumps and things. Who are you to talk about our singing?
So you guys get 1d12 hit points.
Nice.
How long does Bardic Inspiration last?
Do we just roll that ourselves, or?
I think I roll it, but I'm not sure.
Faye, can you help me out? How long does Bardic Inspiration last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Get 9 HP back.
Nice. That I'm almost back at full.
Nice.
You know, that's about what that song deserved. So
Yeah.
9 out of 12. I would give it that.
I'll take it.
You all fight with honor and steel. I approve of you as party members.
You do now. Well,
Oh, good, because we only live for your approval.
now,
Listen,
come along, idiots.
I am not very smart. You are correct. I will
do
not take that as
appreciate you talking to me like this.
I don't think you appreciate anything.
Not you. I'm talking about this one.
I can comment on your comment. I can also leave a like,
Look,
a follow, or a subscribe.
If you subscribe, make sure to use your Twitch Prime.
A Twitch what?
Twitch Prime. It's if you have Amazon.
And scene.
boat.
Sometimes she just likes
Thank
to.
you. Thank you for watching, everybody. We appreciate it.
And that's gonna be the end of the stream tonight. We gotta go.
Yeah.
all right, great call. So Visha, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue towing this the boat?
Well, no one's managed to magic up any oars, have they?
No.
Down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. You're rocking the boat.
Fine. Fine.
If I was to animate the boat to
Yes.
move,
Yes.
would that work?
Yes.
So,
Pedal boat.
Oh, you give it little legs, and it's just like.
yeah, I'm gonna give it just some large ass legs so it can walk.
That is horrifying.
And exactly how I like it.
Oh
Does it, does it know its purpose? Is it scared?
Yeah, it knows.
Oh, no.
Okay, so
What level of sentience does this boat have?
it
It's
can
violated that we're all inside of
takes
it.
a mental command. Yeah, I decide all the actions it takes. The creature defends itself against hostile creatures too.
Amazing.
Just speak nicely to it.
I pet the boat.
All right, so you animate the boat, and you hear the creaking of wood as they sprout forth from this from the side walls of the starboard port of this boat, and then two from the port, and they just start kind of like doggy paddling along to the side of the boat. And as it gets around the dock, as it gets around to the front of the dock, it just sits there and just waits in the current.
Just gonna hop in it, sit in the front.
Come on, guys.
Is this?
Oh my
get
God.
it.
Help me and let me get my sea legs. Help.
Willow,
Is
I have a
this
question.
humane?
I have a question for all of you.
If it's about the boat, I can explain.
No. What were you all doing before you came here? I'm curious.
I already told you. I was sitting at home.
Not you.
I was fighting dragons.
You're actually in the moment.
Yes, I was so close. I was definitely winning. It was coming right towards me. I had my spell ready, and then I just remember lots of fire.
Sounds to me that you might have burned to death, or been about to.
Or we're about to burn to death. Did he tell us we were about to die in the moments that he sucked us away from or something?
That
I
is
don't
pretty
think I was about to die. I'm pretty sure I could have taken them all.
Oh,
Okay.
You were a head pat.
Wrecked, what about... the muffin, right, okay.
There was
Yeah.
about 100 or so. But
What exactly happened to you, Willow?
Oh, the neighboring civilizations found out about my cult, and they basically came in to try and take back the city, and I basically said no.
Oh.
You really, honestly, shouldn't let people find out about that sort of
I'm
thing.
proud of it.
You have to be more careful, though, because then they all come in and they try to ruin it.
No, but that's how I get people to join the cult, because then they hear about it. It's all about spreading the word.
We need to
You
talk
are
more about this.
terrifying.
Yeah, if she's at the front of the boat, I am now at the back of the boat.
She's gonna stomp on the boat now.
Now get moving.
We're just sitting there talking about her cult, just being like, no, you gotta run it this way.
So then we sacrificed the 50th child, and then...
Wait,
And
why the
you guys arrive at the far dock. The entire way, describing in great detail all 50 sacrifices, and you
I would
arrive.
just like to go on the record and say that Bina thinks that 50 was a low number for what they were trying to accomplish.
Oh no, I was talking about the 50th, not that 50 was the max.
Right.
I see. So with the 27th one, that one intrigues me in particular. You said you
Number 13 was my favorite.
you
He's not-
tickled them to death. That's interesting.
Well, I say tickle, but if you use sharp ornaments, it doesn't really make them laugh.
I mean, there are ways to make them laugh if you know how the muscles work.
Well, yeah, that's why I like hideous laughter. It tends to make the screaming
is-
last longer.
Right. So,
Virgil is
I
highly
would love-
uncomfortable with this conversation.
yes.
You arrive at the far side. Thank you. You arrive at the far side, and you hop off through the jetty.
I imagine at the end of this boat ride, my knees are like to my chest, and I'm just like shaking back and forth. Just casually talking about child sacrifice and torture. Jeez.
All right, so you arrive at large, beautifully ornate doors
You've grown
that
up
have
so fast, Willow.
sundials carved into them, and they currently are sitting askew to the 3 o'clock, and to the right one is set to the 3 o'clock, and the left one is set to the 7 o'clock. Large ornate
Wait, they're
marble-looking
clocks.
doors. There are 2 doors: marble, stone, so large granite, dark stone inlaid with marble. There are 2 marble sundials, kind of like facing directly towards you. The one on the right is turned to the 3 o'clock, and the one on the left is turned toward the 7 o'clock.
Are there any other markings on the clock aside from the hands?
So on the outside of the,
Because it's a dial, right? So there's
Right.
is it the light reflecting off of it, or
no,
That's
so
a-
it's position alone.
okay?
I will go up to one of these doors per se.
Yes.
How big is it? How big?
They're 20-foot doors tall, and then each of them are about 8 feet wide.
I just
And
turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn around and go. So which door do we pick?
Are they connected, or are they 2 separate doors?
No, they're connected. They're
That's what I thought. They're the doors.
they're like doors.
Is there anywhere
which
around
door
here
do we
that has
pick?
like a light source?
There is no light source. No.
Willow's seeing if she can move the dials on the if
Yeah,
she
they-
can move them.
Yeah, they move.
Is there anything else around here that is at all connected to to the doors, or like looks
They're built into a stone wall.
right? Is there okay?
This
Okay.
reminds me of a puzzle I used to give people to save themselves, but no one ever figured it out.
Don't give us
Did they
details.
want
You
to
have a
play?
solution.
Hold on. Did you know the answer to this problem?
It couldn't ever be solved.
That sounds about right. All right.
Yeah.
I like
it was
Willow,
fun watching them
strangely
watch.
enough.
So, what would you like to do with these handles?
Are these doors made of stone?
They are made of stone.
God damn it.
On average, how thick do you think a door is going to be?
How many C's? How many C's thick is this door?
It's like
Okay.
3, 4.
Three or four
Yeah.
C's.
Damn, that's
340.
a lot of C's.
Visha
It's
is going to
thick.
stride past the sundials to one of these doors, place a hand on it, and attempt to cast stone shape.
Okay.
And attempt to make a hole in this door or a passage through it. Depends if it's more than 5 feet thick or if it's actually, not a door. But...
Okay. So you want to just like make a hole? It's how big of a hole do you make in the stone?
It says I can make a small passage through a wall as long as the wall is less than 5 feet thick. I can also shape a stone door to seal a door, but that's
That's the
I'll
opposite.
never know the answer to this puzzle because tis cheated.
Okay, so Visha, yeah, you move and you cast this this spell as it melts away the stone and gives you a sizable hole to fit through. Visha, where do you place it? And it's how tall? How wide?
I'd like to think, as Visha goes, it's about 4 foot tall, perfectly normal door height.
How girthy is
And
this?
it's in the door nearest like the 3 sundial. And
Yep, so
she likes
right-
to just go.
You cast this thing, yeah.
Yeah.
She gesticulates and allows you all to pass through. You can see through towards the you can see through as she makes this door. Who'd like to go in first?
I will go in first.
Okay, it's a 4 foot
Yeah,
door.
I will crouch down.
I
couldn't
smack
make-
his ass
you
on the way through.
Spicy grandma.
Excuse. Just like do the like.
After seeing
I wanted you to
Nana
go
do
first.
it,
You're the one who went in front of me, so.
Couldn't make the door a little higher there, gnome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just you can crouch.
Performance issues, I get it.
Crawl
What were you
through.
saying, Willow?
Yeah, I crawl through.
I was gonna say after seeing Nana do it, she's just gonna kind of look and then do it as well.
Okay, Virgil, a large room with high ceilings held up by thick pillars of gray stone opens up before you. Wooden pews stand on either side of an aisle that runs up to a stone altar carved with a scroll, behind which stands a beautiful statue of an angelic woman. Smaller doors lead off to the left and the right of the room, and there's a staircase to the rear that appears to head downstairs. All around lie the same signs of violence that you saw back at the shrine. Blood spatters the floor, and splintered wood shows where heavy blades tore pews apart. Ahead of you, you see a white-robed elf with a bloody bandage pulled tight across his eyes, and that elf is praying at the altar. Standing guard over him are 3 angelic figures, tall and powerful, but with a strange air of sickness. Their skin is deathly pale, and the orbs of their eyes are a black void.
I'm looking for a tilapia.
God damn it.
Timpani.
Yeah,
No,
so
that's-
Crawling through. Like
Yeah,
this.
Timpani.
he says, the elf turns, and it's as if he can't, even with his eyes completely bandaged, you realize that the blood is kind of patching through lightly. Now you can see small spots, like it's not just soaking through. Like this is maybe you bandage a little bit. This is a couple times, and you just see kind of like spots of blood. But he still looks directly at the group. And Virgil, you feel his sight on you, and he says, "You corrupt her name. You corrupt her name. The blasphemy of such a sin."
Timpani.
My goodness.
Yeah, am I not saying it right? Am I not saying it right?
Timpani.
Timpanini. Okay.
You see him kind of like he exhales and brings his head up to the skies and focuses back, and he stands up and brushes himself off, and you see the angels. So he's standing at the foot of this altar, and so he kind of like turned around, which is how you see his eyes. As he stands up and adjusts himself in beautiful white robe, and the angels are standing to his right, his left, and directly behind him. And he just kind of he says, "Well, the dragons have not performed as expected. I am Shino. I am Timpani's lieutenant, the high-level cleric of Agma. And these are my lovely angels." You see that they are stone-faced with their black eyes, but expressionless.
Are you also going to try to do what the dragons did?
Certainly.
Just so you know, it did not work out very well for them.
Well, they're just younglings. There are
After
many horrors that you have not seen across and deep within the far realms. You must understand, and that is what Tempani, he's getting more and more worked up, and that is what Tempani seeks to destroy. And if they cannot come through, if they cannot move, because time does not move, then they cannot affect us any further. She saves us.
Force cage.
What is it?
Force cage.
Force
Yep.
cage.
Okay. What is that? What? Tell me what it does.
It is. I just sent it in the Roll20 chat. It is like a prison-like cage that's invisible.
Okay.
It can't be dispelled by dispel magic or stuff like that. You have to make a charisma saving throw. And any creature that is completely inside the cage area is trapped.
If he doesn't have any magic, or if he doesn't have any magical means to leave, he's just trapped in there. If he does, then he has to make a charisma save to use that magic to leave.
So
basically, him
automatically
and the angels are trapped now.
So does it prevent sound from getting through?
No.
All right. So as you do this, you see just kind of like
It does block spells though.
yeah, the magic kind of like takes over the entire room, and you feel it as you cast it with your what's your instrument, or are you like what's your bardic what's your bardic focus?
I'm gonna use my flute.
Okay,
Oh,
so
people, the flute's cute.
so both you just let out a soft melody, and you see just kind of like the stone face. If you could see a fuck on the face of these eyeless like pupilless creatures, both one with a bandage, they kind of like stop and turn, and they just go silent.
I love that face.
All right, so you see the you see this elf just grab and move his hands around to his angels, and they just poof. You feel who wants to roll an Arcana and see what that was?
I'm kind of curious. I'm
not trained in Arcana, so like she wouldn't care. But also to leave, they have to make a charisma save.
That's an 11.
Yeah.
Okay, so then in that case, just so you know, we have a 6 on the dice, a 12 on the dice, a 14 on the dice, and an 11 on the dice. So
honestly, the creature can't exit the cage and waste the use of that spell.
So yeah, they just you see like this you see a rip in the plains kind of like open up above it, and they just like
It also extends to the ethereal plane in case people want to travel to that. Just...
So yep, that covered.
You can't leave. That's what it should just say.
You're trapped now.
and he's this elf creature says he kind of like feels his way around to the bars. He just kind of mimes his way, just like to where the bars are. And then he says, you don't know what you're doing. She'll save us. She'll set us free. We don't need to see the horrors anymore. The horrors.
I can set you free.
He says she's already said I don't need to look on it. All right, so he's just going to continue babbling, and you got smaller doors that lead off to the right and left of the room, and a staircase to the rear that heads downwards.
Well done, whoever that was.
That was me.
Really? You are very powerful.
Yeah.
I respect you as an individual.
It's not mutual.
Door to your right, door to your left, staircase ahead.
Okay, so we're looking for this Tempe, yes? Tempe?
Yes, Tiffany.
Tiffany, whatever her name was.
He howls as you call her Tempe.
Tempura?
Yeah, tempura.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I would like to cast Locate Creature.
Okay.
And go,
Casting.
Where is she? Where is Tempe?
Does it
Tempe?
how far does it also reach to the like through different planes, or
Hang on, I will.
It has to be on the same plane.
It has to be on the same plane.
I do believe he is not.
Hang on.
Locate creature. You have to describe a name or creature that's familiar to you, and they have to be within 1,000
Ooh.
feet.
It's not particularly familiar. But yeah. It has to be within 1,000 feet.
And it can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and that creature.
This
so
one might
that's
not
the
be.
thing.
Okay, yeah, you kind of you cast it, and you feel like you do hear, and you kind of feel and sense what this creature is, and for a moment you just get a flash of her face, and as you kind of pull back away, you get pulled this image of a very large, 100-foot wide, 500-foot tall tower, and but that's all you feel of it. And just you come back in. So not quite sure where she is, where that tower is, but you saw her in a tower.
Could have used scrying. I could have done that without using a spell slot.
The tower.
Left or right?
In a
What do
tower.
we do?
I don't
Left
know.
or right or down?
Left, right. Which looks like it's going to have a tower in it.
I want to go
Or
listen
down.
it.
Rex, you decide.
Left.
All right, left. I go left.
I go to the right door and listen on the other side of it.
Okay, so let's deal with left first. All right, so as the members of as Virgil, Rect, and Bisha, you all want to go to the left?
Yes.
Kind of like fade that way. I can maybe do Bean and Willow want to just and drift towards the right.
Yes.
Okay, so the stone door opens to reveal a short corridor. To the left is another door with a steep set of stairs heading off to your right. Staircase going up to your right. Directly in front of you, however, is an open doorway through which you can see a badly injured angelic figure lying with a glowing circle of magic within a glowing circle of magic light. Her leg is badly twisted and torn, and blood stains her robes, but she appears to still be alive.
I will approach this creature.
So she doesn't even look, and she goes, "End it, just end it." End it, please. And she looks at
you might want to be careful. I turn around and look at Willow, hold out like a panicked hand to her. I'm like, no, don't say that, don't.
She looks at you and she says, though, looking past you at the terrifying clown in the room, she says, though terrifying, you're not her creatures. I see it in your eyes. Different things.
Whose creatures?
In your eyes. Tempatis.
Tiffany.
All right, so about her, you see bookshelves and at the far wall tables covered with alchemical apparatuses, stacks of notes. She says, she tells you that those of her that worked there at the temple didn't approve of Tempani's plan. She says, we refuse what she said to be exposed to the truth. They murdered them all. I just cast this protection, and because she saw I wasn't a threat, she decided that killing me was more effort, and she said so.
I can end it if you really want.
Willow?
You see her kind of like, you see her let down, and she says, it's hopeless anyway.
I mean, I have the power. I don't think it's hopeless.
Listen, you look down on your luck, but this defeatamatist personality doesn't suit you very well.
Defeatamatist?
That is what I said, yes.
Great.
Defeatamatist.
She says, she kind of looks at all of you, and now she can kind of hear the ranting of the, you see her ears like listen in to the crazy ranting of Chanel, and she kind of looks at you in a different light all of a sudden, and kind of cowers a little bit. And she says, "Are you trying? You're going after her?"
Oh yeah.
Yes, we are going to kill the Tempora.
Yes.
Very much so.
She says, "Then you need to know what you're going up against. As far as I can tell, she's using terrible, awful magic to interfere with the flow of time. Again, and." I don't know how this ties against her deep campaign in the far realms, but just playing with time is very dangerous.
I'm gonna pull out the hourglass.
She says, she kind of susses it out, and you see she says, of Amzel is. Did he make it?
Oh, he died.
You see,
Oh yeah.
You see grief pass over her face.
You made
and
it sad, Willow.
It's okay. He died in pain.
He screamed.
She says, she kind of just like
see his final breath. See, his lung was exposed.
He was filled with regret. He wished he could have done more with his life.
She says,
People are awful.
She says, the stairs, they lead to the observation deck, and it overlooks a rift to the far realms.
Is there a tower?
All the realms?
She says, tower? You've seen the tower?
Yeah.
What tower?
Oh, just some tower. She's in a tower somewhere.
She's in a tower.
Yeah, the tower, yeah.
She says, when we first...
That tower, though.
No, her name is Timpina.
She says, when we first arranged our expedition, Timpani and her team tethered a line between the temple and the platform they intended to push through the rift. They hung a enormous gondola to transport along a line, and it brings them deep into the far realms. It's likely active.
Okay, Gnome, can you heal this woman? She's in a lot of pain.
Well, healing angels last time seems to be quite a waste of time, but I might as well give it a go. I will attempt to cast healing word on the suffering.
Right, so this, on the other hand, as she lets down this layer, and you realize that doesn't have this like gaping wound in the same way that Amzael had, and you feel it take purchase for what kind of damage do you heal it for?
Oh, I'm healing. She gets 6.
6 points. You see her kind of like imp up for a moment, and she. You see her to kind of like say, I don't think that I can make it. I can show you the way.
I'm very sure you can't.
Do you want me to carry you?
I have many ways I can do this. I can do it through weapons or spells, or...
We're not killing her anymore.
Willow. Maybe
We weren't
later.
killing her ever.
You see her kind of like the ping-ponging between like the conversation about her own death, and maybe there's some calculation behind the eyes of like, oh, they like.
Do you want to die? Because
Or not great people.
She says, I want you to stop her.
Okay, we're going to do that. I guarantee that. But you're not in great shape. You seem to be in pain. Okay, what can we do to help you? You've given us valuable information.
Does and breaking down and weeping, Michael, what is it that you want to find from her?
I want to discern, does she really want to die?
No, she wants you to stop, but she reminds you. She says, the fate if you don't is
okay.
Stopping all time has never been done.
I wanna pat her on the shoulder twice, and I'm like, we'll take care of it. And I'm just gonna stand up, and I'm gonna look back and say, let's go kill Trombone.
I would also like to point out that I have not been in that room this entire time.
Right. So
I can make you laugh.
So real quickly, terrifying.
Oh, no.
Thea, on your right.
Yeah? I'm sorry, who? I'm
How
sorry.
about that?
Bobina.
Pick a name that isn't 2 syllables that have the rhymes with Ia, and then let's talk about me making mistakes.
Okay, well, here's...
Faye.
Are we talking about making mistakes?
I wanted
13
something that sounded
wives.
Jewish. I looked up Jewish names. This was on that list.
It sure was. All right, you open the door. You see a staircase up and to your left. There's a door in front of you and a door to the right.
I want to go listen at those doors.
Okay. In that hallway, you hear a strange alien voice that enters your mind, and it says, just like in your mind as you peek down the hallway, it says, "Outsiders, you do not serve the Winged One?" Question mark.
I mean, I would just like to have a talk with her to see what she is all about. So you guys present some good points. I say out loud.
It says, you don't serve her. I can read. You'd think I don't know and can't see. Then what do you doing here?
I don't serve her, but I have heard many things about her from both sides, and I would like to hear her spiel from her point of view. So I'm just trying to find her, personally.
He says, oh, she's far lost. And there's no way that you'll get through unless, well, you'd have to disrupt the wards. Now,
what
if
are
you
these
do,
wards? I mean, I believe that I might be able to aid her cause in some way, but I cannot do that if I do not.
You hear a volume that is never experienced, just like in your internal monologue. You've never been able to turn up the volume, but this volume just like ricochets and it says, "Help her! Are you mad? We're trying to destroy her."
Oh, well, listen. I thought you were one of the crazy ones. Just tell me how to get there.
It says, you hear this voice. It says, well, the wards, from what I can tell, they're awfully strong, but if you're able to disrupt them, I can call in reinforcements that will perhaps distract those that want to keep you from passing over the barrier.
That sounds great. 2 more questions. 1, where are these wards? 2,
He says, do you have any magic sense?
Me?
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
she has like key, so like she like has like.
What was your second question? Yeah, key is like the not magic of this universe.
Yeah, it's like internal like soul power. Yeah, she has a -1 to Arcana. What do you mean? But no, my second question is, do you need to magically do some shenanigans, or can I just break the ward to disrupt it?
So
these are bunnies. I don't know.
As this voice asks you, as it asks you, like, it says, "Of course not. Of course you can't see it. There's not an ounce of magic on you." Well, truthfully, I wish I. And he says, "I was freed from servitude, and I was told to provide support to an attack force sent here just a few hours earlier. Now, my brethren were wiped out, but I managed to hide." He says, "The wards that keep the boundary up, well, they probably require constant attention. And their source is certainly near the center of the temple. Maybe if you focus deep within your silly, dumb, mortal soul," he says, "maybe you
know, you're saying silly, dumb, mortal soul, but you're the one whose people all just got obliterated. So I don't know why this is talking down to me."
You hear a 3-dot ellipsis in your brain.
Willow, where did your grandmother go?
You hear he says, "I can only assume maybe you'd have some better luck downstairs."
Downstairs is the way to go for the wards, or are there magic things there? Is there like some kind of like intention behind this voice? He's like, is it like, he's lying to me?
Roll insight.
Oh, that almost rolled off
on the
table.
Comic Sans in your head.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, no, he seems sincere.
Okay.
He's not trying to hide anything from you, and he's telling you that there are wards that are keeping a barrier up, and if you're able to drop that barrier, then he'd be able to get reinforcements in that would help you get to the gondola and get to where the tower is at.
Great. Awesome. Perfect. You said that was downstairs we need to go?
He says, "Well, simple minds and simple solutions. Yes."
I mean, you had this weird magic door out there that did some shenanigans, and we just made a hole in it and the thing came through. So that tells you a little bit about the people I'm traveling with.
He says, "I have no use on this plane if you think that's my door. Well, simple minds and simple solutions I will feel when the barrier is down."
Someone's talking about me.
All right. So you all hear this? Like the Visha, Willow, Rect, and Virgil they're kind of like leaning upstairs, like what the fuck's going on up there? The four of you do hear a commotion coming from upstairs past this far door. Being you as well, you do hear commotion coming from up and left, but he mentioned downstairs, which as you walked in, you saw was the staircase down.
Right. I like whistle, like down back the hallway. Come here.
My grandmother.
Don't make me come to you. Come to me.
Willow, wait, hold on. I have to give you something. I have this like bead of red little circular spheres that are around my neck. I'm gonna pop one of them off. I'm gonna hand it to Willow. I'm like,
no, don't give that to her.
Throw it over your shoulder. No one's looking at the poor little angel.
I take this row of beads off my neck and I hand it to somebody.
It's just one. It's one little bead. It's one little it's like a crystal sphere.
On a string of like
not a string of beads. No.
Beads.
No.
Virgil sex toys. Great. Moving on.
Like I want to be like whispering. I was like, if no one's looking.
Okay. She's going to turn around to go to see Bina, who's whistled, and she's just going to go, whoops, and throw it over the woman.
Okay. So the woman that's on the ground has to make a dex save of 15 because she's just getting hit with it's a necklace of fireballs. That's what it...
That immediately just scorches and kills her.
Okay. I'm just going to go,
What are you doing?
What just happened?
Why did she explode?
Just boom, coming from the room.
Oh, how weird. What?
Well, what are you doing?
Scorched, just kind of like burning, dead body.
What a weird thing to happen so randomly.
Just Bisha, you just get a feather in your mouth, like.
Anyway, we should go to your grandmother. Strange things happens around here.
Yes.
Bisha, you look like you want to say something.
No. I'm just. Visha looks like she wants to say something. She's just. If you think about killing one more nice, friendly, helpful angel that I just spent time healing. So
what are you on about?
I will unleash a storm like you have never seen before. You will be a tiny smear across this temple, okay? Is that understood, Willow?
So you get to kill people.
Oh, you're talking to me? Oh, she asked for it, though.
Oh,
Willow is adorable.
Use lightning spell.
Willow didn't do anything. A random explosion of fire spontaneously happened behind us, and the angel burnt to a crisp.
What's it you? You do fire.
What? I swing an axe.
What are you all doing? You are dilly-dallying. Come on now.
I'm
Hello?
coming, Nana.
Fine.
Well, come faster.
Just like
I don't have time for you guys, and I'm gonna
Where's
go.
my action, grandmother?
Still mumbling insanely in the cage, just like away. You won't stop her.
Yeah. Shut up.
Just kind of like rocking.
So we go on.
Beating a bloody head.
Can I cast silence on them, please?
Yes, and just like halfway.
I almost asked for that earlier, but I didn't know if anyone could do it.
Halfway through, he's just like, she'll bring peace to. On and on.
Yeah. Again. Don't know what happened to the angel, but let's go. Willow, you're adorable.
I'm heading over to Bina. My Nana.
Yeah, so before I was trying to keep a distance behind Willow, but now that I've seen this just happen, I don't know if I should try to stay really far ahead of her or really far behind her. So I'm gonna try to make like a really wide berth around her and go in front of her.
Directly next to her is the only thing.
So we're going upstairs, right? We're heading towards stairs that go up or down.
No, so
Down.
I'm
Down.
towards me is back through the hallway.
Back
So
through the
you're not-
hallway.
Yeah, you're not going up.
Okay, so
you're
we're
not
turning
going-
around and heading toward...
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Temple, right door, left door.
Uh-huh.
Staircase going downstairs behind the altar in the
Okay.
first room. Off to the right and to the left. If you walk left, there's staircase going up. If you walk into the left, staircase to the right, seemingly going in the same direction.
This is very good architecture.
And then upstairs, which we went, there was another noise from above.
Many noises. It sounded like a bustling commotion. Many people moving, boxes, everything but the arcane version of a foreman going beep beep. Back it up. That's fine right there. Arcanely speaking.
That's more like a.
See, Michael,
This flying carpet is reversing.
I didn't hear what you said. What?
I said, see, Michael, I could do the world building you do. Just tack arcane onto anything. And it's just the thing.
In an arcane way.
An arcane foreman backing up an arcane dump truck. That's what you did.
I'm gonna never mind.
And Phelan is dead tomorrow, and we're rolling a new character.
All right, so we go back to Bina.
Yeah, I also wanted to pop my head in the rooms, just see if there were anything in them before they all come over. While I was having that conversation, just being like, what's in here? What's in this room? Very nosy, this one.
So as you there's a door in that hallway, door to your right or door right in front of you?
Right first.
Okay. That's you see kind of like sprawled out books, knocked over bookshelves, and it's a library of sorts that has just tossed over books.
Does it look like it's all tossed in a specific area, or is that just a whole room kind of a fucking
same
mess?
thing that you've seen everywhere else?
Great. Close the door. Back to the door that was in front of me.
You see a enormous iron golem just kind of standing there, and over a is it kiln? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Kiln, yes.
Just kind of like stops and turns and just very methodically just like.
I look, I'm like, all right, and I shut the door.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yep, that's what you see.
Great.
Nana, you called me?
Yes, we need to go downstairs. Come. And I put my arm around her and start walking downstairs with her.
Nana, I just killed an angel.
That's cool. Did you know that we almost sacrificed you when you were a child? Let me tell you the story.
Stairs lead down a small door as you tell the most terrifying story the party has ever heard. Stairs lead down to a small door. It seems to be made of a
you just wouldn't die, really, and so we were impressed.
I know, but it's okay because I made up for it because I didn't sacrifice other things.
You know, we're very proud of how.
Can I go back to being burnt alive by a dragon?
Yeah.
I genuinely like these stories.
The door at the bottom seems to be made of a solid slab of gray stone, carved with runes that shimmer with a silvery light.
I'm sorry, what material?
Solid slab of gray stone, really thick gray stone.
How many C's?
This is a 5 or 6 feet
this
door.
Is a 5 or 6er, yeah.
What's the girth of the door?
I'm so mad at myself right now.
This is like some ASMR shit. Oh my god, it's getting hot in here.
Thick door, ladies and gentlemen.
Oof.
Someone asked the DM a pertinent question.
Does it look like that shit's gonna explode if we touch it?
Is it single?
So as you approach, there's a noise. There's a noise of grinding stone, and the runes on the door spark with light. Slowly, the door begins to swing open, seemingly inviting.
It's automatic.
Save me.
Wait. I look around on the floor to see if there are any like tripwires or anything like that before.
Roll investigation.
Oh god. But
so on my 13th wedding, they brought out goats.
Aww.
That was it.
Did you kill them?
Yes.
Actually, yes.
13.
I thought you were vegan.
You Velma your way around the floor looking for traps, and you don't find any.
Great.
So the warding room ahead of you is large, lit by magical torches that provide the feel and warmth of sunlight. Water trickles through the fountain to the rear of the room. And 2 4-poster beds equipped with thick red curtains lie on the far corners.
How many C's?
Thick curtains.
Stop it. And the guy who wrote this does use the word thick a lot. I'm not a smut writer, but I know when
you see what I deal with.
I do see what you do.
What is the girth?
An oak table is laden with
How
stacks of
fat
notes.
are those curtains?
The overall impression of the space is a strange combination of bedroom and shrine. But in the very center of the room is a circle
Oh,
of
it's
glowing
that
silver
kind of
runes.
room. Huh?
Oh my God, Faye. In the very center of the room is a circle of glowing silver runes within which sit 2 young humans. Blonde-haired, pale-skinned, they are clearly twins, one male and one female, and wear dazzling white robes.
My
Those
favorite
are-
kind of sacrifice.
Yeah, I was like, this is-
Someone hold Willow back. I'm gonna go and try and talk to these people.
I'd like to point
Yes,
my
me
staff at
too. I
Willow.
will talk to them.
They finally,
right, so-
the cultists found a way to get my offerings down here. They're so thoughtful.
Visha, Rect, you guys approach, and you see that there is a the boy has his eyes closed and his face is just like screwed up, like and focusing in concentration. And the girl watches you as you walk in, and she says, "Well, greetings.
Hi.
My name is Nyla. Who are you?"
I'm
Dash.
wrecked. What's going on with the little guy down there? Is he okay?
My brother? Nalo's fine. We're the temple's ward masters. I'm the key to keeping it free from outside invaders.
oh,
Ooh.
do I hear that?
Uh-huh.
I'm in the room, right?
Kind of like in the doorway.
Kill these children.
It's currently wrecked in Visha.
Do they look like they're actually children?
Are they
Like,
are they
do
the
they-
wards?
Like 9 or 10 years old.
Are they the
Uh,
wards?
They're-
Wait, are you so they're wards? What does that mean? Someone catch me up.
She
Well-
specifically said we keep them safe from outside invaders, correct? That's what she said?
Yes, sadly.
I shoot an arrow at her.
Yes, I was going to say, Willow, this one's your speciality.
Okay.
I'm still shaken from the conversation that happened on the stairs, and I'm just gonna go into the corner of the room and just stare at a wall and cover my ears because I know what's gonna happen next.
I'm gonna use Force Cage.
Again?
You could, another spell slot?
No, we have to like kill them, I think, probably.
Oh. Well, you
That's why I just said I loose an arrow at her. That's what I said.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Words.
All right.
And I-
Well,
Yeah. So, as you do, it just like if you were looking at it from directly at her face, it just looked like it just got to right about here, and just as it's passing through a single point, it just whoop, disappears. She goes, "Oh."
Interesting. Huh.
She goes, "Oh, you're more of them."
What's wrong, little child? You seem discouraged.
I'm not discouraged.
Hmm.
It's not my turn though. It's my brother's. We work in shifts. There's been a lot of noise from upstairs, and it woke me up, so I came and sat here with him.
I see. Well, I am sorry that we have disturbed your slumber. This woman wants to kill you for some reason. Bina, why are you trying to kill this child?
Well, what I have heard from some strange angel man's voice in my head, which was very sensual.
When did this happen?
Go on.
Was that what? I am a woman. I have needs.
There were poster beds.
Being a point of inspiration.
Thank you. No, this man, he told me that there are wards that protect us from finding their leader, Angel Woman, and so we need to destroy them. So I thought that maybe these were the wards.
Because, well, yes, that's us. We.
There we
Right.
go. That's why I want to kill.
Oh,
He says,
Okay.
Maybe stop doing that?
But why?
The wall? She says,
Yes,
no,
like,
barrier our entire
maybe you
purpose.
could take an hour off,
She says,
go play with do what children do.
she says, no,
What,
it's our.
die?
She says, I'm
Play or
somewhat
die.
aware of what's been going on, and she says, this is our divine purpose to keep at the wall. There's the far realms, and we're the one thing that keeps it from spilling over into the material. She said, and it says, and we've been tied to that body and soul. No one else can keep the barriers maintained, and we can't leave this room.
Interesting. This is all very interesting to me.
Hey,
Essentially, we can't kill the angel lady before the wards are in the way, meaning I still get more wives, right?
So she
Yes.
she kind of like she leans
At least
in
10.
and she leans in and she kind of she says, "Who do you work for the bad woman?"
Do we work for Timpani?
We don't work for anyone.
Yeah, we don't work for Tadpo. We're trying to kill her.
Says, "If we drop the barrier, Nalo might get hurt." She says, "That's."
Who?
She says, "If we drop the barrier, my brother Nalo, he'll be hurt." And you see like a little bit of like hesitant fear in her eyes, looking at Willow. And she says, and it's like, can you make sure that they don't get us?
Do you want protection? Is that what you're asking? If you drop the barrier, I will protect you. I'll see to it.
Roll persuasion.
14. That's it. No, 13. I have a negative modifier.
Can I try and help with this by any
Sure.
chance?
Yeah.
Oh,
You want-
it's been way longer than 10 minutes. Never mind.
yeah. You want to toss a bardic inspiration there?
Oh, I just rolled on that 20. I was gonna try and help persuade him.
Just like,
Okay.
yoinks.
Yeah. You're gonna do that with disadvantage, you sick monster.
You did threaten to kill them.
A lot of children.
They don't know about
Right.
the other children.
Threaten means it didn't happen.
So so here's what you could do. You realize they're not like given this. Do you want to intimidate them?
I just imagine like me leaning down, like I'm kneeling down with my axe on my back, and then she just does this number from behind my shoulder as I start
Yeah.
talking to them.
I'm gonna like, so I rolled a nat 20, but can I use that for my intimidation?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna sort of like lean from behind and just be like,
I mean, you've got more chance of surviving if you lower the thing, because if you don't, then you'll definitely die.
What is wrong with you?
Wait,
Don't
the
She
worry.
makes good points.
Don't worry,
little
Visha. It
ones.
won't be quick. I'll make it fun. Don't worry, I promise.
She
These are-
looks
hold on.
she looks
The,
pleadingly at Virgil and Rect and say, "You'll protect us from
Yeah, yes, I will
bad
protect
woman
you.
and this
Mhm.
bad woman."
hmm
Hey,
I am
hey,
very
hey.
strong. I could kill all of these people probably in 2 rounds.
So just
that is
we,
cute. That is cute that you think that.
Yeah,
just
it's
kind of like
precious.
trembling a little bit. You feel just like a wave, a pulse come through as she kind of shakes her brother and looks, and you just see just like galaxies behind his eyes, and just she kind of like whispers something in his ear, and you see him just like and just flop into her lap, and she's like, "It'll be happening fast."
Do you have
They've
a?
been-
Oh no, you go. You go. Sorry.
She says, "It'll be happening fast. They've been right outside the wall, and that's why it took him so much to keep it up. But it's almost as if I can't feel it, but I know they're passing through quickly."
So is
And-
it down now?
She says, "Yes."
Okay. So we can leave? We're not
Yeah.
going to hurt you. We're just leaving.
Sirens.
The cops are coming. They're coming for me.
Oh.
I gotta go.
shit. They found me.
Stream's over, guys. Sorry.
Visha, do you have a way to we're on a different plane, right? Like the angel man told us that he took us to a different plane.
I can
Correct.
scribe.
No, you're in the Underdark. You're in the material.
Oh,
You
okay.
are right on the border of what you gleaned from the children. Is that you're on the border of this passage that goes to the far realms, and it's basically like the temple is sitting on this very thin part of the barrier, a la Stranger Things season 2, and just kind of like and just kind of sitting there, and they keep the border up to make sure that things don't come from the far realms into the material.
I mean,
alright.
I can try and scry for Tempe.
I mean,
It depends
I
if he's
don't-
around.
I think we're supposed to go up now,
But
right?
there, up,
No,
down,
Timpani.
sideways. Timpani. Look, everyone's been saying it wrong so many times, and now
Timpani.
I've forgotten the name.
Yes.
tempura. So, are we just leaving these children here and going? Is that what's happening?
Yes. We will
Okay,
protect
let's
them
go.
from evil woman.
What?
Well, I mean, we're going to go kill the
Yes.
evil woman. So
Willow,
don't-
it is okay. We will kill something eventually, I promise.
Well, keep your eye on the big prize. These are little things. Come on.
Yes, let's go. Okay,
The
so
bigger thing will be more fun.
DM, as we leave, I want to sleight of hand slip another little gem to Willow on the way out.
Oh no.
Do I catch that? My passive
Sleight
is,
of hand.
My passive is 23. I think.
All right. So you guys are heading up to the upper level?
No, I want to give a gem to Willow.
Yes. Yeah, you
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You do that.
I just gave her away. Oh,
Do I notice? Wait, do I? No, I said while you were doing that. Do I notice you do that? Very specific.
Yes. I can't beat a 23. I'm still going to do it.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. But I would grab Willow's hand before she like threw it. Like I would be like, I would do that.
Yeah, roll perception.
Okay.
Do I need to roll a dex save?
Perception is +8, 21.
No. You just see him kind of like touching Willow's hand a little bit as he walks by, but you didn't see the transference of anything.
I mean, I said the thing was that I wasn't keeping an eye out for it, but my passive perception is 23, so I asked if I noticed it or not. That was my question.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay. So if she goes to move her hand to throw it, I want to catch her hand before she throws it.
Okay, do a dex check.
Okay. Just straight up dex?
Mhm.
Okay. That's a 19.
Okay, yeah, so you're able to catch it fine as she just tosses it absentmindedly over her shoulder.
Willow, use some
Actually,
discretion.
no. The way it works, if she throws it, it activates. Yes,
Okay.
that's how the item works. Once it,
Well, but
I also
I didn't. Well, I was under the impression that it didn't leave her hand, but if it did, it doesn't fucking matter. I was just. This is taking too long. This was supposed to be a little thing, and it's taking.
so why did you just let it happen?
Because you're killing
Wants the
children.
kids to die.
Party and friends. I don't want to see children caught. You caught it beforehand. I don't want to see children die. They worked for you.
They were
Yeah.
nice.
They literally helped us.
Dina, go ahead.
Willow, sometimes you need to pick your battles. And if you kill everyone in your path, then you will have no one left to lead. Those children are impressionable and could soon be a part of your cult. Be smarter than that. And I push her upstairs.
Oh, like how you did with me.
Exactly. You got it just right.
Oh.
Can I just establish, do we actually know where we're going?
Upstairs.
The gondola is what I.
Probably to
Okay.
hell.
Let's get a move on then. Come on.
Let me tell you. You know what's really funny is that I actually do this all the time.
Yes.
and.
Okay.
and
Yeah, so you begin moving upstairs. All right, so as you move up and still just in the cage.
He's really passionate about this woman.
Yeah. So you just kind of like walk by this cage and like Angel, you can see the even though they have pupilless eyes, you see just like a couple angels like have their head up against a wall, just looking very, very forlorn. You exit through one of these hallways and you go up the stairs, and what you see is fucking insanity. There are people wearing robes and enormous clerical hats, and many more of the Deva that were in the that were down there with the with Shino, and then as well you see just like zipping through overhead, you hear and as you just see mind flare after mind flare begin to pop up and just rain down onto these things. Far ahead of you, there's a wide expanse of gray flagstone creating a flat deck, and it overlooks this vast, almost spherical cavern, hundreds of feet across and carved out of blackened warped stone. But in the very center of that cavern is a flickering, constantly shifting crack of sparkling purple energy, and it gives the whole area this almost strobe light effect of sickly pallor. There's a pair of ropes that run from over your head deep into the barrier, where they just they look like they hit a point and then just like vanish. But in the insanity of just mind flayers and angels and these priests loading boxes up, they're urging. Some of them are urging others along. Others are taking battle with these mind flayers. You seem to be just unnoticed currently, So they seem incredibly distracted by whatever else is going on. You see a gondola ahead of you hanging from the ropes.
I just had the funniest picture in my mind of like this fucking war zone and all of us just being like da 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 da, just like skipping through, like really serene.
You're clearly not imagining yet, because remember, there is now a tiger.
We need to go to that.
A tiger.
Yeah,
For a bit of extra speed.
In order, like yes, like you just have like blah, 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 and you have like the side to side pan of Wrecked, Bina, Virgil, Willow, and then it gets to where Visha should be, like lowers down and comes up, and it's a tiger. Okay, cool, great.
We need to go to that.
You do. All right. So as you begin moving through, do you guys just run, or are you just casually walking?
No, walking. Definitely walking.
Casual tiger stroll.
All of you roll a deception check.
Oh, a deception. Interesting. I was going to suggest we use one of the hourglasses. We have 3. We could stop time and then just stroll right through.
Why would we want to rest right now?
No, I mean like just so we could get through without dying. I got
I have plans for mine. Don't worry.
17.
I got an 8.
2.
Do you have any does Visha have deception?
Oh, I technically do
17.
I technically do have inspiration if I wanted to use that.
I rolled a 2.
You did.
I got a 9 because I keep nervously looking back at Willow, just like, what the fuck is going on with
I'm
her?
too busy looking at all the dead bodies and all the shenanigans flying around like,
So pretty.
So you begin to walk nonchalantly, super cool, and you get about halfway, and there is a moment where, as you're walking, all of a sudden you just feel like a couple eyes begin to turn to you, and then you just boldly walking through, and you just hear kind of like silence and a pall, and there's mind flayers with handful of angel hair and angels like running a mind flayer through, and they're all just kind of looking at you and stop and turn, and priests just begin to mob against you, and angels begin running towards you. Are you gonna run?
Yes.
Okay. Roll dex checks or athletics check.
I would like to use my bonus action to start off this running by teleporting 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to get a head start.
And you said an athletics check? Is that what you said?
Yes. Because you're just like you're realizing shit's hit the fan, and you just begin booking.
can I use my wings are flying and then just yeet myself away?
I have an 18, and I'm also a speedy thing. So.
All right.
Athletics.
I got an 8, and I am not a speedy.
Was that athletics?
I got
7. I am not a speedy thing. You have
7,
+6.
but they did have a head start.
I got a 12.
All right. So as you step off, Virgil and Rect, what did you say you got?
An 8.
An 8. So the two of you kind of like trip yourself up as you see Willow. Willow hits her wings and just begins like floating over the top of you as you start to run, and you get a little tripped up on your way through this mass carnage. Like the priests are running at you. Mind flayers are attempting to rip them off of you. Angels are slicing through. Each of you take 20 points of damage in this crazy damage. You make it to the gondola, and yes,
Everyone.
Everyone takes that.
Okay, so we've made it to the gondola.
So as you load in, you see that there's a little mechanism above you.
Can I grab it?
Yep, you grab it, and all of a sudden the thing begins to roll. And as priests and angels begin kind of like grasping through you riding, you see like they hit this moment of like suspended animation and just like stop and just fall, and it just seems like they're just dropping out of this this strange path, this tunnel, and just disappearing left and right. A hand falls in the boat, in the gondola, and it begins to cast down.
So
You wake up on
even if I flew away, I still 20 points, right?
Yes.
That's fine. That's all good.
Wait. What was your dex save?
Oh, I didn't roll one because I just used my wings. I don't know. Do I need to?
Yes, they're angels. They also have wings.
Oh, that's an 11. So.
Okay, yeah. So you take 20 points of damage as well. Okay, so let's go through this. The party wakes up on a beach, or at least something that appears to be a beach. The sand beneath them is coal black, and rather than water waves of thick gray mist, Rather than water, waves of thick gray mist
How many
crest
seas?
on the beach,
How many seas, Drew?
Yeah.
with wisps boiling off into the air and forming drifting banks of fog. Strange alien keenings and wails ring out from the depths, and strange vast shadows seem to be moving, half seen just beneath the surface.
Okay.
Far above them, the ruined spires of an ancient city peek from the clouds. Though, whether they're dangling from the underside of some floating landmass or laws of gravity don't apply here, it's uncertain. But the only structure within sight, and not floating through the sky, is a tall, dark tower that twists its way through the sky without care for orientation or reason. Doors open onto vertical drops, walls spiral in on themselves, and features flow as though they melted in the hot sun. The structure is roughly 100 feet across and some 500 feet tall. Numerous small towers surround it, some of which seem to float in the air with bases consumed by mist. And as you get your bearings, the writings that are currently in your handouts float down to you in pieces of parchment, and you grab them. Now, we have run over to 2 hours, 45 minutes. We've just hit over our time. So I'm not sure when we're going to finish this, because maybe next Friday, or maybe a different alternate date next week. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those writings and I'm going to put them in the main Snock Goblin chatter on our Discord. And we are going to call that a cliffhanger until next time.
Oh.
Paper.
All right.
Wonderful.
All right. So if you our Discord link is below as well, right?
Yeah, it's in our
Okay.
stuff.
So,
I'll
hey,
type it into chat real quick, but yeah, it's there's a link down below.
Yeah, if
All
you
right,
scroll
so,
down, the link down there works, I think.
Now, is there anything that you want to see before we let's cliffhanger there? Visha, you got it. You were lined up. Do it.
We
No,
wake
no.
up on the beach.
I was just going to say, she was just about to say, this is like being back in people's dreams again. I feel right at home. You
All
don't
of
do
you such scary people. That's what you do with your extra levels, is get weird, I guess. You have no friends at that point.
Virgil is a very normal person.
Yeah, I feel pretty
So-
normal too. I'm just kind of traumatized right now.
I feel normal.
All right.
was a perfectly normal
everybody,
person
thank
who
you very much
became a
for
murderous dragon slayer.
Everybody, thank you very much for coming to our inaugural Friday night community one-shots. And let's, at home, give yourself a nice little round of applause for our audience and for our performers here, our cast. Very nice, very nice. All right, so thank you all very much for coming, and we'll try to pick we'll put it out on Twitter and our social media when we're going to finish this one-shot. And then we will maybe Thursday or maybe Friday of next week. But otherwise, join us here tomorrow night, Saturday, 7 Eastern, for the wonderful Hemlora campaign with Tiss and Michael and Faye. And we look forward to having you. Michael, do you got a pitch for tomorrow?
Well, if you like the concept of celestial gods and greater devils fighting for the morality balance of a world that is filled with arcane, then feel free to tune in tomorrow night, as the party has just acquired 13,000 different possibilities that they can choose from to go to the next plot point, but they're going to get there eventually. So tune in. It's going to be a blast. It was a blast last time. It's always a blast. Can't wait.